Monday night means what might be, however mighty the foe. Here is Goliath, gilded in gold and triumph. But David has been waiting to prove his worth. David had only a stone and the courage to stand alone.
Whenever you're trying to achieve greatness, you must overcome adversity.
When the battle ended, the great Goliath fell. Now the two stand ready.
Who that said they're gonna beat them Saints?
The task is tall for the 49ers, the defending champion New Orleans Saints, all on Candlestick. Their first road test as owners of the Lombardi Trophy. On a beautiful night in San Francisco, we welcome you to ESPN's Monday Night Football launch, engineered by GMC. The 1-0 Saints, the 0-1 49ers. Welcome to Candlestick, home of the five-time world champion 49ers. With the current champs, the Saints, visiting 14-9 11 days ago. That was the score, with New Orleans winning its opener over Minnesota. And that finally brought to an end the longest North American sports celebration we've ever seen. They've been partying since February in the Super Bowl 44 win, with good reason. New Orleans and the franchise, the Saints, deserve it. But a lot of people said it's going to be hard for them to come back and do it again because of that summer-long party. Well, around the Saints, you don't sense any of that at all. Maybe the schedule's in position for them to get off to a great start. They bring in the great guys around me, Ron Jaworski and John Gruden. All right, you were around these Saints before and after they were champs. Don't sense any complacency. Why is that?
Well, they've got a lot of talent, and they're very unselfish. When you watch the New Orleans Saints on offense, they'll throw it to 4 different receivers. They'll hand it to 3 different running backs. They'll use all 3 tight ends. I have never seen an offensive football team this unselfish, and I think this is their winning edge.
All right, you've taken the defending Super Bowl champ on the road. You got a bigger target on you. What are the key things for them tonight?
Well, it's big for Sean Payton. It's been a long time since the New Orleans Saints have won a real road game. I don't even call the Super Bowl a road game. They've been playing in the Superdome in their comfortable environment for a long time. They need to come out swinging tonight.
All right, let's flip it over to San Francisco. They need to get their act together, to be honest, Jaws. They were picked by many to be the team to beat in the NFC West. What do? They lay the worst Week 1 loss, equal with the Raiders, when they go up to Seattle and lose. And in that game, they couldn't get plays called. The communication was bad. The headlines this week, it hasn't been a good feel around the Niners. So what do we watch for tonight to see if their house is in order?
Well, Mike, you nailed it. First of all, their clock management was unacceptable. Their play calling mechanics were awful. And offensive coordinator Jimmy Ray has to get the play in quickly to Alex Smith, particularly tonight against a very complex and sophisticated defense of the New Orleans Saints, because there will be a lot of different looks. Smith will need time in the pre-snap phase at the line of scrimmage to run good plays against that defense. And if he gets good plays called and he executes those plays, he's got weapons. Frank Gore is a sledgehammer running back. And, of course, you've got Vernon Davis, who can go deep down the field. And Michael Crabtree is an excellent possession receiver. He has weapons.
Going to need to do something, because Drew Brees is pretty good against this team historically. We take you into the Verizon Red Zone to show you Drew Brees' career against the 49ers. Undefeated, 2 out of every 3 passes complete, 10 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. You're going to see it all in high definition as our telecast from San Francisco is presented in HD by Verizon. Drew Brees, the leader, getting his team with the right mindset for the night.
Here we go. Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? What we do? What we do? What we do? You all in. Give me 3 claps. Give me 3 claps. Give me 3 claps. What we do?
There he is, Drew Brees, the MVP of Super Bowl 44. He joined that small elite group as the best at the toughest position in team sports with last year's success. So you win the championship. And, guys, everybody takes a good look at you in the offseason. How do we knock them off? But in that first game against Minnesota, Jaws, what I loved about New Orleans, they showed you we can beat you any way you give us.
It was a confidence builder for the New Orleans Saints, how they won the football game. In the first half offense for the Saints, it's how they normally win. They throw the football. There were only 3 running plays in the first half. This is the first drive. It ends with a touchdown pass from Drew Brees, as it usually does. In the second half, it was a different style of Saints football. It was a power running game. They score on the first drive of the second half. 22 run calls in the second half, and they burned the clock. Over the last 5 minutes of the game, the Vikings never got the ball back.
It is a nightmare for opposing defenses. John, I asked you the question, how does San Francisco do it? And show us, I should say, the winning look presented by J.C. Penney.
Well, this is a good veteran defense, and I think it all starts for the 49ers with their pass rush, and they have the people to do it. They have got to get pressure on Drew Brees without blitzing. Justin Smith is going to be a key tonight. I think he's their best pass rusher. The 49ers also must create turnovers, and nobody forced more fumbles last year than the San Francisco 49ers. They're excellent at the strip. And finally, if all else fails, they need to turn to their all-world middle linebacker, Patrick Willis, and say, hey, Patrick, take the game over, because he's capable of doing that. Patrick Willis is an every-down wrecking machine. The 49ers have to play the best defense of their lives tonight and go get the New Orleans Saints.
And that was a message sent throughout the week by their Hall of Fame linebacker, who's now their head coach. Mike Singletary sets the tone here for San Francisco. And on the opposite side, the man who's at the top of his profession, Sean Payton, coach of the world champion Saints. Should be a good one. The Saints and the 49ers. Frank Gifford and Hank Williams set the tone, and we'll kick it off from Candlestick on Monday Night Football.
You've been watching ESPN's Monday Night Football Launch, engineered by GMC, the official vehicle of Monday Night Football.
So we are ready for Monday Night Football. What a show this man has put on tonight.
ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Unbelievable!
December 18th, 1995. One season removed from their 5th Super Bowl title, the San Francisco 49ers engaged in a memorable shootout with the high-scoring Minnesota Vikings. Steve Young outdueled fellow Hall of Fame quarterback Warren Moon, passing for 425 yards, while teammate Jerry Rice turned in one of the signature performances of his brilliant career. On this night, Rice caught 14 passes for 289 yards and 3 touchdowns, breaking the Monday night record for receiving yards set by teammate John Taylor 6 seasons earlier, as the Niners outlasted the Vikings 37-30. And now, it's the Saints and the 49ers. Are you ready?
A heavenly sight. Ready? Come on and get ready. I mean, really ready. Are you ready for the football? A Monday night party. This is Hank and I'm ready. Let's get this picture started. Let's paint this town and do it up right. All my rowdy friends are here on Monday night.
Legendary venues in sports. Candlestick Park. An ideal September night. Temperature 67. And just a few moments ago, the greatest wide receiver of all time, Jerry Rice. More round of applause here. Jerry receiving his Pro Football Hall of Fame ring at a ceremony here at Candlestick before the game. He'll receive his 49ers Hall of Fame honor at halftime. And some of the greats who part of Jerry's career, like Joe Montana. Dwight Clark is also a member of the 49ers Hall of Fame. And the man who was the architect of it all is the owner, Eddie DeBartolo Jr., on hand. So a special night for the home opener 2010 for the Niners.
Mike, with the presence of Jerry Rice, this crowd is all lathered up tonight. This is an old 49er crowd ready to rock.
Yes. They will retire Jerry's number at halftime. We'll see Frank Gore and the 49er offense first. New Orleans won the toss, defers the option to the second half. Thomas Morstead kicks to Delaney Walker. Off we go from Candlestick. Walker from the 1. Up the middle return. Flag down as Walker breaks to the outside. Chased out of bounds at midfield by Roman Harper, but There is a flag down, a 49-yard return in the balance of Al Riveron's first call of the night.
During the return, holding number 44, the return team, first down.
Moran Norris is the guilty party, so it'll be a long field for the 49ers. Well, Mike Singletary sends Alex Smith out, the #1 pick of the 2005 draft out of Utah. It has been inconsistency in a coaching staff, injuries with Alex Smith that have prevented us from getting a real read on this guy as he's now in his 6th year in the National Football League.
No excuses this year, Mike. This is the 2nd year in this system. He just got to pick up his play, and he's got to be more consistent. He's got to play a lot better, a lot faster than he did last week. And he has some weapons now.
Drive of the night starts at the 10. Here's Frank Gore with nowhere to go. Alex Brown stops him after a gain of about a ½ yard. So Frank Gore is the running back. He's the workhorse. He's been over 1,000 yards 4 straight seasons. You know, Brian Westbrook's here. Didn't play week 1. We wonder if we'll see him here tonight. Vernon Davis, the tight end, stretches the field. He's become a leader. Crabtree, first-round pick last year, and Morgan on the outside. Now up front, we got some issues. Joe Staley, the left tackle, only guy in the same spot from last year. Upati, the left guard. Davis, the right tackle. Both first-round picks in this year's draft. They're green, they're young, and the Saints' defense is good. For a gain of 1, here's Gore. For about 4 more. We have 3rd and 5 coming up. John, you pointed out that offensive line is going to be a big challenge for San Francisco tonight.
Well, it's going to be a big challenge, not only because of their inexperience, but because of defensive coordinator Greg Williams of the Saints. He already unleashes his first blitz, a corner blitz. The variety of fronts, blitzes, and looks that he's going to present to this young 49er offensive line is going to be a problem.
Play clock at 15 as they get out of the huddle for 3rd and 5. Oh, the snap over Smith's head, just going to take it out of the back of the end zone for a safety, and it is 2-0 New Orleans. They lost their starting center, Eric Heitman, to a broken leg on August 9th. And that has put David Boss, who has been a guard, at the center position.
Well, you have a backup center playing. You have a blitz situation. You have to communicate all the protection terms. And the last thing you think about is snapping the football. Alex Smith has no chance. That one was on the 3rd story right there. But to evaluate Alex Smith, you'd like to see him play with some continuity around him. The plays come in on time and get a good snap. That's a horrible beginning for the 49ers.
David Boss is that center in his 6th year out of Michigan. He started all over the offensive line, but Alex Smith had no hope.
Yeah, that's just inexcusable. We could talk about all the wonderful things the Saints do on defense and give you different looks and create doubt in your mind, and the center's got to make those calls. But at the end of the day, you got to snap the ball to your quarterback, not 12 feet over his head. That's
well,
just a tough start.
You get a holding call on the opening kickoff, which really costs you about 30 yards in field position. You gain nothing on an early down run. You snap the football over your quarterback's head. The 49ers have got to pick it up in a hurry when you're playing the defending world champions, Jaws.
And this is symptomatic, John, of their game last week in Seattle, you know, where the wounds are self-inflicted.
You guys are right. The guys with the fleur-de-lis on their helmet like Reggie Bush don't need help. And they have been helped on the first 4 plays of this one. This is a free kick. So usually put your punt team back, and Bush and Lance Moore set to receive Andy Lee's punt. Very good kicker.
Be real careful here with Bush.
Not a great kick at all. 35 yards, unless it was intentionally short. Heath Evans took it over midfield and into Niner territory at the 47-yard line. So great field position for the 28th quarterback to be the winning starter in the Super Bowl. Drew Brees, the MVP of Super Bowl 44. We saw that number at 70.6%. Most complete, best completion percentage in NFL history last year.
Like, some guys can't complete 70% of their passes against air. That's a remarkable accomplishment.
Pushes the back on first down, Reggie. Patrick Willis, the tackle, gain of 3 to the 43.
That's one of the things you don't see very often from the Saints on offense. They start with an unbalanced line and hand the ball from the I formation with Reggie Bush. Sean Payton has all the formations, but that's a tight end, Jeremy Shockey, on the backside. They run the wind back play from an unbalanced formation. That's the scheme the Atlanta Falcons ripped the 49ers with last year, and Sean Payton checks them out early to see if they've corrected it.
Bush out, Pierre Thomas the back. And Breeze throwing for the first time tonight, screening to Thomas, who gets a first down to the 35-yard line. Keo Spikes made the tackle, go through that offense with Bush and Thomas interchangeable in the backfield. You can put up starting lineups for these guys. If you're an eligible receiver, you're going to see the ball. And the guys up front do a terrific job with Shockey, Colston, and Henderson catching, especially 77 Carl Nix, 73 Jari Evans. You're going to take your eye off the ball tonight. Watch those guards, maybe the best pair in the league. Paving some space for Thomas to gain 4 yards to the 31-yard line.
And you see the New Orleans Saints with a great tempo on offense. They're out of the huddle. They're up and at you with 25 to 28 seconds almost every snap. They're relentless in the way they come at you. A lot of different personnel groupings, quick counts. Drew Brees, he runs the show.
And 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, and 1 back. And Thomas, one of those tight ends, stays into block. And Brees has time and gets it to Thomas, who's the last resort, and gets him within a yard of the first down.
That's the one attribute that Drew Brees has that very few quarterbacks have, the ability to keep the play alive. Do not panic. Off the play action fake, they're looking for the deep cross. It is not there. Keeps himself alive. Avoids Manny Lawson, checks the ball down, positive play.
That's that awkward delivery you talked about in the pregame, Jaws. Drew Brees has great poise in the pocket. He knows where all 5 eligibles are all the time.
Play action. Out of the backfield, the fullback, Heath Evans, with a ton of room. They try to strip the ball. You talked about the open, John, as the safety, Michael Lewis, made the tackle. But a gain of 18, and it's 1st and goal, New Orleans.
Well, when you have a guy like Drew Brees, 3rd and 1, why not throw it? Nice play action pass. They slip Heath Evans right out of the backfield. And once again, Drew Brees is pinpoint accurate, and it allows a guy like Heath Evans to be very good after the catch.
Right now, a critical situation for the 49ers. They cannot allow a touchdown. They would be comfortable with giving the Saints 3 points.
1st and goal from the 9. Pierre Thomas running right. Gains about 3 yards. Justin Smith over there on the tackle. 49er defense with a short field and very tough situation here. It's a very strong front 7 they have. You're going to recognize a lot of the names. Abreu Franklin on the point. Justin Smith, relentless, always getting after the passer. Patrick Willis, 3 years, 3 Pro Bowls. And Lawson, Spikes, and Harrelson, very good around him. Guys in the secondary tested tonight. The corners are good. The safeties in coverage could be a liability, so watch Lewis and Golton, how they do. Bush is in the backfield on 2nd and goal. 4 options for Brees. It's Reggie. It's touchdown, New Orleans. Pass Patrick Willis, so Reggie Bush gets on the board, and New Orleans leads 8-0.
That is a halfback choice route. Nobody could run this better than Reggie Bush. Runs it one-on-one here with Patrick Willis. Sticks him to the outside, beat him bad to the inside. If you can beat Patrick Willis that bad on a choice route, you might want to change the coverage, Jaws. Well, that is a splendid cut by Reggie Bush.
And what did Patrick Willis tell us yesterday? He's going to try to force him to the outside. He knows he wants to go inside. Bush got to the inside.
Garrett Hartley adds the extra point. So 2 possessions. The Niners with a safety and the error in the short field. And Reggie Bush this week gave back the Heisman Trophy. Continues to play at a great level for the Saints with a touchdown.
ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by Robinhood. Own the unrated director's cut on Blu-ray and DVD tomorrow. Mercedes-Benz, located on the web at MBUSA.com and NFL.com. Play the all-new NFL.com fantasy game with video today.
Hundreds of great unique pictures in the San Francisco area. This is one you've seen before, perhaps Painted Ladies. This is Victorian houses that were built in the 1890s with the modern skyscrapers in the background. Reggie Bush and the Saints been so good on opening drives throughout last season, and they scored on the opening drive of both halves of Game 1 and the first half of Game 2 in 2010. Roman Harper holding gives an idea of the problems with the wind. Short kick fielded by Moran Norris. He'll take it shy of the 30-yard line, where Marvin Mitchell brings him down. Great start for Sean Payton. Grew up in the Bay Area early on in his life. His team up 9-0. In the upper box, offensive coordinator Jimmy Ray, third of a century as a coach in the NFL, and offensive coordinator for about 8 teams, been a coach for 12 teams in the league. He's relaying the plays through Mike Johnson, the quarterback coach, and out to Alex Smith, the quarterback. That was a story because the communication train moved a little too slow last week. Run by Frank Gore for a gain of about 6 on first down. It cost them to exhaust all their timeouts, Jaws, by the 9-minute mark of the second quarter.
Yeah, and actually they had a situation after that, a 4th and 1 on the 1-yard line. They wanted to go for the touchdown. They got to delay a game because they did not have the ability to call a timeout. So it's really been a point of emphasis this week to speed this process up. So far, they've come out the huddle with about 23 seconds to go. At this point, it's working. They made the changes.
Officially a gain of 5 for Gore. And here's his 4th run for about 3 yards. So what they talked to Jimmy Ray about was maybe you can come down out of the box and to the field to call plays. They're pushing and shoving post play here. No flags thrown, so they'll stay on 3rd down, 3rd and a couple. So what they did was they decided to go to the wristband system to try to just give a number and shorten the communication process, John.
Well, we shouldn't be having this conversation at any level of football, especially in the NFL. You have to get the plays in. I don't care what kind of communication you use. Now Alex Smith is playing quarterback. We're here in the Wildcat.
The Wildcat, and they bring Brian Westbrook in for the first time. And the former Eagle is stopped for no gain as Jabari Greer came around to make the play. Westbrook, who spent 8 seasons, very productive seasons with Philadelphia, acquired in the offseason as he was signed as a free agent, did not play last week. That's his first snap as a Niner, and it leads to a 3-and-out for San Francisco.
Well, the Niners obviously trying to establish their power running game, protecting those rookie offensive linemen in Upati and Davis, but they're getting no movement up front.
Andy Lee kicking into the wind, a great kick, 51 yards, then Bush back to the 13. Reggie hemmed in and brought down by Taylor Mays. One USC guy gets another one, and it's a long field for the Saints. See if Justin Smith and San Francisco's defense can step up. Reggie Bush won the Heisman Trophy in 2005 after an outstanding season at USC. Of course, the news this week was on Tuesday, Reggie Bush giving back the Heisman Trophy. The award not given to the second-place finisher, Vince Young. The trophy vacated, first time that has ever happened, as he forfeited, saying he wasn't admitting guilt, but showing respect to the trophy and the people who've come before. A very newsworthy event this week as the pass is complete to Devery Henderson, close to the first down at the 19-yard line. Guys, there's so many stories as there was found by the NCAA investigation the ineligibility of Bush. That's why he would have otherwise been not eligible to win the Heisman, and thus he vacates the award. You open up a Pandora's box of what could happen. You know, do you go back through the other past Heisman winners? What happens to the BCS money that USC got? Does Pete Carroll give back his Coach of the Year? All these things are spilled down, but Reggie decided, I think he heard the noise that they were going to take the Heisman from him, and he decided to give it back and stay out of the way. Pierre Thomas, as he and Bush share the role, 21-yard line, a first down gain of 2.
Well, you know, I think it's, you know, the wrong thing to do. He won the Heisman Trophy with his play on the field. I know there was a lot of pressure on him. He wanted to put this behind him. He decided to give the trophy back. I believe it's the wrong move. He earned that trophy. You know, when is the Heisman now supposed to be an enforcement agency for the scholar athletes or student athletes? You know, that's not their job, in my opinion. He won the award. He should keep it.
He's back in the backfield, caught the touchdown on the Saints' first drive. This is their second. gain of a yard.
I'll disagree with Ron on the Reggie Bush Heisman deal. I didn't like it at all. I think it's a little ridiculous. Hopefully they just leave him alone, let him get on with his career. It's a shame if you ask me.
Penalty marker on the play. Here's Al Riveron.
There is no foul on the play for holding. Second down.
One thing with Reggie, he has been truly beloved by the New Orleans community. And that has become his new home, and they've been very supportive of him throughout. And I thought as we visited with Drew Brees and Sean Payton on this issue last night, Sean Payton was visibly upset. He said, of all the things that have happened, and this noise has been in the system for 4 years. When he found out Reggie had to give the trophy back Tuesday, he said, that was really bummed. That really hurt. Really affected me.
I'm surprised some former winners haven't come to his defense.
Second and 9, Jaws. Pass for Henderson is incomplete. And just to finish the thought, the conversation was it a distraction to Reggie over his time here? Well, everybody in the Saints says, no, he's been professional and there all the time. But certainly it's been on his mind, and in some ways this might free him going forward.
I think so. There's been a lot of people looking in his windows, keeping a close eye on him the last 4 or 5 years. He gave the Heisman back. Let him get on with his career. I like Reggie Bush as a person. I've been around him a lot. He's a great kid. Let's get on with the game.
3rd and 9. Patrick Willis changing it, bringing the heat for the Niners as Brees throws for Shockey, covered by the safety Michael Lewis. And the Saints are stopped after 1 first down.
Well, that's the second time I've seen Sean Payton trying to set Jeremy Shockey up against the 49ers safeties. This time it's Lewis. Take a look at Shockey, push into the corner. Lewis undercuts him. That's a matchup to keep an eye on. Sean Payton got after Lewis a few years ago when he was a member of the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't think he forgot that, Jaws.
Thomas Morstead with the punt, 48 yards. Rookie Phillip Adams bringing it back for the Niners. And he was he brought down by contact from a New Orleans player? He didn't blow the whistle till late. In any case, it'll be Niners ball at the 45-yard line. It's a good field position. Let's see if the 49ers can do something with it. The first down throw for Smith. Flushed by the safety, Harper. And throws it away.
Oh, it's hard to move the pocket. Hard to get a bootleg when they blitz the strong safety. And you're going to see Roman Harper, who had a great game last week, blitzing right off the edge right here. He's unaccounted for. And Alex does a wise thing here in getting rid of the football. But Greg Williams has already blitzed the corner. Now he blitzes the strong safety.
Seven plays, 13 yards, no first downs for San Francisco. Josh Morgan got a good block and has a first down into New Orleans territory at the 39. Michael Crabtree, last year's first-round pick, through the block.
Good way to negate pressure is get the ball out of the quarterback's hand quickly. Outstanding play call by Jimmy Ray on that one to get the ball on the perimeter. And Mike, as you said, as a wide receiver, you've got to be able to block. Michael Crabtree was outstanding.
Tight end Nate Byam in motion and blocking and clearing space for Gore. Nice run by Frank to the 32-yard line.
That's the guy they have got to get going tonight. The Saints come out in the 34 defense. Once again, an 8-man front. And the 49ers are persistent. They stay with the running game. Frank Gore needs to get hot, Jaws. He needs to gore him tonight. That's a good name for him.
Yeah, I like it.
Great stuff.
Hey, that's good.
That's just the start, right? You got more?
I got a lot.
That's good. I look forward to
that all day.
Change the cadence, brings a flag. Gore is brought down, but it'll be a first down in all likelihood for the Niners.
Like Alex Smith got him with the hard count right there.
Offside, number 98, finished. 5-yard penalty. The result of the penalty will be a first down.
Ron Cedric Ellis. So Frank Gore, we've seen him 5 times already. If you go back to 2006, when he has 10 or more carries in the first half, it's a winning equation for San Francisco. When they don't feed him early, 8 and 23. And we say 10 carries in the first half. A lot of times you'll say 20 carries in a game. Well, a lot of times that's dictated by the score. That shows you're trying to dictate runs early on.
I love that number. First half carries, Mike, critical.
Sets up play action. For Gore, intercepted off his hands. Roman Harper with the pick. Talk about accuracy of a quarterback, unable to get it to Gore. And a turnover by the Niners with good field position. Roman Harper in the opportunistic Saints defense strikes again. Is one of those that shouldn't happen. The interception deflected by Frank Gore, and the Saints, who do this so well, define this team defensively, they feel like their pressure is going to bring that first turnover. Roman Harper comes away with it.
Well, when you get into these close splits, take a look at the top of the screen. You're going to see a corner blitz. It's unaccounted for. Alex Smith never sees them, and it's the perimeter blitzes. It's the constant pressure that causes these turnovers. And you can say what you want about the Saints defense being 25th in the league. They're not 25th in the league last year. They're first in creating turnovers, and that's their winning edge. Boy, they cause problems for you on defense.
That's a guy who does it, designs it. Greg Williams, defensive coordinator, former head coach of the Bills. Pierre Thomas with the carry to the 37. Jaws, on that play, is that on Smith? Is that on... I mean, that should have been a more accurate throw, right?
Well, it was a combination. The throw wasn't accurate, just one of those unfortunate, tip balls that go in the air, and consequently you get the interception by Harper. But you got to prepare for the blitzes when you play this Saints defense. In fact, last week, Brett Favre, he's prepared for him, but he goes 3 for 12 in interception against the Saints blitzes. They are a good blitzing team. They know how to blitz, and they know when to dial them up. They got to give some love to Greg Williams. He gets it when it comes to the blitz.
Pressure for Breeze is picked up, and he finds Pierre Thomas for a first down. Out to the 44-yard line. Shante Spencer and Takeo Spikes after a gain of 7.
Conversely, one of the things the Saints do a great job of is preparing for blitz. Take a look at this blitz pickup by the left guard, Carl Nicks. It allows Drew Brees just enough time to set up by Pierre Thomas. Sean Payton and these New Orleans Saints do a phenomenal job on a weekly basis preparing for blitz packages, and they rarely get fooled.
See already tonight, Brees spreading it out. Very often you'll see games, 5, 6, 7 different receivers for the Saints with multiple catches. You can see that on a drive. Play pass to Thomas. Brees loading downfield shot for Robert Meacham. Covered by Deshaun Golson.
The Saints have different kind of receivers that do different things. Robert Meacham is one of their blazers. This guy is extremely fast. He's going to go right down the seam off of full play action. Watch Drew Brees out of the fake. He's going to set up with a clean pocket and let it rip. Robert Meacham is a guy they strategically bomb you with on a weekly basis. It's Meacham or Henderson down the field deep. Look for Devry later in the game.
John, you coached here and I played here. I believe the wind right now is affecting some of the errant throws by Drew Brees.
No doubt. Definite factor on the field before the game. Gets a 3-man rush, 8 covering, trying to tackle Marcus Colston, his 7th-round pick. That's had a 290-catch start to his career, first 4 years plus a game.
Well, that's the guy they like to look to on 3rd down. Particularly, but Marcus Colston, as you just saw there, is outstanding between the numbers. Big target, tough, very good after the catch. And 3rd down is when they love to look for Marcus Colston. He's the go-to guy.
He gets in that tight position near that tackle, and the minus, we like to call it. That's when Brees loves to look for him, where he is right now.
Nobody open. Brees is pressured and brought down. Ahmad Brooks, who did not play in the opener, had a lacerated kidney in the preseason. able to get pressure and a rare sack of Drew Brees.
Really good job by the 49er defense collapsing the pocket. You'll see Brooks coming off the edge. He's chipped. He still continues the pursuit of Drew Brees. And look at Drew Brees. I don't know how he held on to that football. Bigger and stronger Ahmad Brooks, and Brees held on to the football. Good pressure by the 49ers up front.
Thomas Morstead kicking. Let it go, the rookie Adams. Hopefully for them, they didn't touch it. It's the long snapper, Jason Kyle, bringing it down. And it will be, oh, wait, let's see. No, he said he touched it. The back judge says he touched it, and it's Saints ball. Now, let's see. They're going to have a conversation about it. You mentioned the win, Jaws. Phillip Adams, the rookie, was indecisive here. It doesn't look like he touched it there, but if you read the lips of the back judge, he pointed the other way and say it touched it.
That ball right there, down.
Clearly didn't touch him as you look at the replay. They are in conversation here. The Saints players are pointing as if they're going to get the ball.
There's no doubt they're going to get the ball.
I did not see the ball touch Phillip Adams.
Now Riveron?
It was determined the ball was touched by the receiving team, recovered by New Orleans. Therefore, first down New Orleans.
Well, San Francisco will challenge and get the ball back. Just throw the flag. Here you go. Roll it.
I mean, I'm looking at it.
Mike's going to hand the flag to the officials here.
All right, John, down your soapbox. I know you have something to say now.
I almost do it for him.
So it looks like this will be the San Francisco ball. Adams was indecisive, but didn't touch it. A review coming up. Back at Candlestick Park in San Francisco, the referee Al Riveron is under the hood looking at replay to determine if the 49ers are not going to get this ball, but we're pretty sure they're going to get the ball back. The ruling on the field was that it hit the Niners. And Saints ball.
The ball was not touched by the receivers. Therefore, San Francisco will have the ball. First and 10 from their own 18-yard line. San Francisco will not be charged with a timeout.
And they can earn a third challenge if their next challenge would be correct.
Okay. I'll say this, the wind is a factor. It's a hard place to kick. I coached here for a year, especially this time of year. If you just look at the flags, they are ripping up there pretty good, Jaws. Not only is it hard to punt and kick, it's hard to field these balls.
And it moves in different directions. You look at the flag at one end of the stadium, they're blowing one way. You look at the other end, they're blowing another way. I can remember as a player here coming, you go to one end zone, the ball would sail. The other end zone, it would dive. I mean, it's a swirling place that makes it very difficult to judge your throws.
Spot of the ball also adjusted correctly to the 18 where the long snapper Kyle first touched it. For Alex Smith and the Niners offense takes over, they have not been good thus far. Flush. Able to keep the play alive and get out to the 21-yard line as he was pushed out of the pocket by Remy Adele, tackled by Alex Brown. We have a whistle on the far side. We'll watch the pressure.
You'll see the pressure on Alex Smith. And he's one of those quarterbacks, he needs functional space, the ability to step up in the pocket. When you get that pressure up the middle like he had from Remy Adele, he moved out of there quickly because the pressure was there. But he got a pause in play and avoided the sack.
Very interesting. You're talking about the wind factor here. The Saints just took a timeout here with 23 seconds left. I didn't sense that the wind was that much of an advantage. You'd be taking a timeout to try to force them to punt this way. Remember, Andy Lee hit the kick. The first kick, the free kick, was a poor one. But his second punt was halfway decent.
No, it's second down, so would they waste another timeout after second down? And then hopefully
a lot of times,
the Saints, get a stop.
A lot of times defensive coordinator Greg Williams likes to grab Jonathan Vilma and get him straight on the situation. He asks a lot of Jonathan Vilma in terms of audibling in this defense.
Interesting. See if they take another one if they stop the Niners here. 2nd and 6. Gore is the back. And Frank up the middle. runs to the 25, and a timeout taken by the Saints. It's very odd. An interesting strategy here in the first quarter, guys.
It's the field position game. You know, football is a game of field position. Sean Payton is absolutely playing it.
Well, take a look at Jonathan Vilma, the ex-Miami Hurricane, looking for his ex-teammate Frank Gore in the hole. I wish we could stop the game and have a one-on-one tackling drill between Jonathan Vilma and Frank Gore. Those are two of the best football players in this league at their positions. Keep an eye on that confrontation later tonight.
Of course, those guys go back to their high school days, and then at the University of Miami, from Coral Gables High School to the University of Miami, where they're very successful as a tandem. But talk about these one-on-one, head-to-head battles, even going back to high school when Vilma was out 1 year earlier from high school in Gore. They've become wonderful friends and very helpful along the way with each other. Now, will the Saints take their last timeout? They've taken 2 here with 19 seconds left. And watching Rappers blow very fast in this direction, going left to right as you watch on TV. If they stop them, they're going to burn the third one.
Absolutely, Mike, they will.
It's very strange to see a team waste or use their timeouts in the first quarter for this. It's a moot point if they convert, and they convert the first down at the 39-yard line with Josh Morgan. So New Orleans took 2 timeouts, hoping to get a field position jump on them, but the Niners erase it with a gain of 13.
Nice job by Alex Smith standing in there. Bunch formation. You're going to see Morgan win across the middle. Well thrown ball. Josh Morgan does a nice job of snatching it. Big first down by the 49ers.
And Frank Gore with an outstanding job of picking up the blitz. And, you know, John, we've looked at a lot of tape through the years, and we talk about being able to pick up the blitz. Man, Frank Gore will rip you when you come up the middle. Safety, linebacker, corner, he will pick up the blitz.
There's an injured New Orleans Saint in the San Francisco bench area. I think it's Randall Gay who is shaken up over there, and who's surrounded by the 49ers, so it's hard to catch a number. Let's get a look at the play. It was on the tackle with Gay. Malcolm Jenkins, the starting safety, came over to hit him. And ended up getting his teammate more than anything else.
It's a tough position when you talk about injuries. Hard to find quality corners like Randall Gay, a guy that can come in off the bench and take these nickel snaps. They used the first-round draft choice this year on Patrick Robinson out of Florida State. He is inactive tonight. They can ill afford to lose a guy like Randall Gay. He plays key snaps every week in their sub package. And with Patrick Robinson down, they're light at corner.
This guy's got a hell of a jewelry box at home. A couple of Super Bowl rings with the Patriots, national championship with LSU, and obviously last year with the Saints. So this Louisiana native has been on a lot of championship teams, but that will thin them at corner if he can not come back.
Well, Lee Torrance is up tonight, number 24. He'll take over in that role for Randall Gay. But Gay is a cover guy. He's a very good blitzer and an outstanding tackler in their sub package.
Watch very closely, obviously, with every player who gets an injury that is not obviously to an arm or a leg, and then they take the player's helmet away, which is always a sign of injury and guys not coming back. Very vigilant on concussions and watching players and their return with all the news and all the correct adjustments to the education of everyone in football over the last couple of years. They start the clock, and that ends the quarter. So after 1, here in San Francisco, the Saints lead 9-0.
Sure, a Walgreens pharmacist said that you should pick up some NyQuil and DayQuil now so you don't have to come back when you get sick.
I'll be fine.
Sweetie, you are miserable when you have a cold.
Baby, I'm a Super Bowl champion.
I know, and you're still wearing the shirt.
It was last year.
This season, get it before you get it at your local Walgreens with Vicks NyQuil and DayQuil. Buy a NyQuil twin pack or a DayQuil 40 count for $8.99 and get $2 in register rewards. Walgreens, there's a way to stay well.
Monday Night Football, Candlestick Park. Sounds right. Makes a lot of sense. All those glory days of the Niners, and this is the place where we've had the most Monday Night Football games. 33rd time here tonight. 9-0. The defending champion New Orleans Saints with the lead. A safety and a touchdown in the first 5.5 of the first quarter. Alex Smith and the Niners from the 39. There's Nate Byam out of Pittsburgh, 6th-round rookie. Takes it out to the 45-yard line.
You know, with defensive coordinator Greg Williams of the Saints defense, a lot of it, Jaws, is the illusion of pressure. It looks like Roman Harper's going to blitz from the line of scrimmage. Ball snapped, it's not a blitz. They do an excellent job disguising their coverages and their looks on a snap-by-snap basis. So far, Alex Smith has seen it for the most part.
An illusion, I like that, John.
Frank Gore with a run. Look at him keep his legs driving, get right to the first down mark at the 49-yard line, and they'll get it. We were talking, guys, about Gore and Vilma and their friendship over the years, same high school and obviously at Miami. Gore suffered 2 devastating knee injuries at Miami, each knee. And then when Vilma suffered his knee injury with the Jets, they were able to consult with each other and be a great resource for Jonathan about from Frank on recovery and coming back in the tough days. And these guys both looking forward to seeing each other multiple times here tonight. 2 terrific players. Another first down throw from Alex Smith, and it's caught. Josh Morgan tackled by Jabari Greer, but a good first down gain for the Niners.
One of the things I like about Frank Gore is the way he picks up blitzes. And you have to be able to do that, especially against the New Orleans Saints. Greg Williams this time comes with an up-the-gut pressure. Frank Gore loses his footing a little bit, but stands in there, helps Alex Smith throw the football. Going to be a big part of this game, blitz pickup.
And, John, you're getting pressure up the middle. That means you're getting one-on-one on the outside. And the 49ers right now are taking advantage of that a little bit. See if they can continue.
Gain of 7 on first down. Here is Gore. Good bounce by Gore. And he gets the first down to the 37-yard line.
That's what I love to see, the old-fashioned power play. You got a 20-year-old rookie at right tackle, Anthony Davis, and you got another rookie, Mike Upati, number 77, pulling. And look at Frank Gore's patience. He keeps his legs churning in the hole. Good finish. Good early down run for the 49ers.
Don't forget that big old number 44, Moran Norris, at 250 pounds leading the way.
Another first down throw. Pressure picked up. Shot down the field for Davis. Blanketed by Malcolm Jenkins and Roman Harper. And here's a SportsCenter right now.
All right, Michael, thank you. Speaking of corners that can blanket, Jets cornerback Joel Rivas said a morning MRI revealed a strained left hamstring. He said he's likely to miss 1 to 2 games, but he still wouldn't rule himself out of Sunday's game in Miami against the Dolphins. And despite a couple of great games by Michael Vick, Eagles head coach Andy Reid said Kevin Kolb will be the starting quarterback for the Eagles in Jacksonville on Sunday. Mike, I don't know if Jaws knows anything about a quarterback issue in Philadelphia.
Well, I mean, we saw number 7 in that Eagle uniform running as fast as
exactly.
ever.
Exactly.
Thank you, Trey. Alex Smith throws to Delaney Walker. Good job by Walker to get into the secondary. And down to the 16-yard line. Gain of 21 for Walker.
When you have a guy like Delaney Walker, who is a Joker Deluxe, use him in crazy formations. He split out here. You're going to see Alex Smith on a quick fake turn and throw the quick screen out to Delaney Walker. He makes a guy miss. He's very good in the open field. 20 catches last year, 20 tackles on special teams. This guy also returns kicks. Delaney Walker is a matchup problem for New Orleans.
And John, this is the area where Alex Smith will look for Vernon Davis or Delaney Walker. They love working the tight ends in the red zone.
Smith comes over to Gore. The open field. Pulled down by Jabari Greer. Loss of a couple of yards.
One of the things I think is really important is that the 49ers sustain drives on offense and keep Drew Brees and that offense over on the sidelines. Offensive coordinator Jimmy Ray doing a nice job in this drive, mixing the run and the quick passing game. But second and long is blitz time normally for the New Orleans Saints.
Although it is a coverage look pre-snap.
Gets Gore again, chased by Vilma, slips down at the 12-yard line.
The Saints decide to come with a 3-man rush, dropping 8 into coverage. Alex Smith with the right choice, did not want to force the ball into coverage. You see the 3-man rush. Good job by the interior of the line. Not a bad decision here. In fact, a wise decision. Get third down in a manageable situation. The field also seems to be getting a little bit slick right now. A number of guys have fallen down.
Always seems to, right around 6:30 in the evening here in the Bay Area. Seen that over the years. Smith to Gore, hauled it in, took it in. San Francisco touchdown.
Well, John, you've been talking about that Gore-Vilma matchup. And we had Gore on Jonathan Vilma, and he got him.
What a great play by Alex Smith. There's pressure off the left side. Alex uses his mobility to get free, keep it alive, makes an excellent throw to Frank Gore, and that guy Gore is an outstanding all-purpose back. Watch the pressure coming off the left side. Alex feels it, makes a perfect touch throw, and Frank Gore hurts the Saints with a big reception.
Joe Nedney's extra point. Hunter Andy Lee holds, and it's a 2-point game. As bad as the Niners were early, what a great drive. A dozen plays, and Smith was 7 of 8 on that drive, including the touchdown pass to Gore.
ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by Scion. Test drive the all-new TC at your local Scion dealership. Find out more at Scion.com. Verizon, the official wireless service provider of the NFL. And ESPNShop.com. Get all of your official NFL sideline gear at ESPNShop.com.
And everywhere you look, it's a great picture. Tonight's aerial coverage from the Bay Area is brought to you by DirecTV. Fans at Candlestick and all around the San Francisco Bay Area fired up by the Niners' performance in that last drive. 12 plays, 82 yards. Frank Gore doing a lot of the work, including the touchdown reception to make it a 2-point game.
Certainly brought the crowd back into it.
Joe Nedney kicks to Courtney Roby. And there's a little bit of that wind that Sean Payton was trying to play with those timeouts used on the other side of the quarter. Breeze and the Saints take over at their own 20. Got that feel of the championship days at Candlestick. Speaking of great championship franchises, the Yankees under George Steinbrenner. Well, 2-time Oscar-winning filmmaker Barbara Koppel talks about the House of Steinbrenner in the latest ESPN 30 for 30, presented by Cadillac. That's tomorrow night at 8 Eastern on ESPN. That great series continues with a look at George Steinbrenner. From their own 20, the Saints, Pierre Thomas, no gain. Takeo spikes the tackle.
This guy, Takeo Spikes, he's the inspiration leader of the 49ers. Take a look at him fall back and make this tackle. It's the wind back play again. He comes right out of the trash, makes the tackle. This guy's done it a long time. Still doing it in San Francisco.
And the Saints, once again, showing that unbalanced line, John.
Second and 10 against a 4-man rush. Breeze has his pass knocked down by Abreu Franklin, who missed most of the training camp getting his contract sorted out. $7 million free agency tenure brought him back in. It's third down.
That's one of the best ways to defend Drew Brees in this pass offense is get big people in his face and reject passes. That time they used the motion. They reloaded the formation. Drew Brees took a look at the 49ers, audible, and the 49ers changed their defense themselves. Key third down, and the crowd is really in this, Jaws.
Pressure up the middle, key against a 6-foot quarterback.
3-man rush, screen for Reggie Bush. with those guards blocking for him. Reggie gets a first down at the 31-yard line. Terrific screen team because of the talent of the guards and the back.
Yeah, but it's a great play against a three-man rush. We used to call this the Spider two-tank. Watch a right tackle block down. Reggie bluffs the edge, and they throw a screen right up the gut with blockers ahead. Good call against the zone defense. Get the ball to that guy with blockers in front.
Got to rally for the 49ers. You can't allow a first down on that play with only a three-man rush.
Pierre Thomas a carry, bouncing it to the left side. Stop shy of the 35 as Patrick Willis comes across to make the play. Patrick Willis, 4th year in the league, first 3 years, Pro Bowl, All-Pro. And his coach, Mike Singletary, one of the all-time great linebackers, says this guy has room to grow. Hasn't hit the ceiling yet.
Well, Mike Singletary would know. All I know is 48 games he played in 3 years. Willis. And in 36 out of the 48 games, he made 10 tackles or more. He made 22 against me when I was coaching Jaws. I'm glad to be up here with you and away from that guy.
The 10-time Pro Bowler coaches the 3-time Pro Bowler. Breeze coming back to Reggie Bush. What a read by Willis. Good heavens.
You think this guy has sideline-to-sideline ability? He leads the NFL from a linebacker standpoint in holy smoke plays. Some of the things he can do from sideline to sideline are exclusive to Willis. He's all the way on the opposite sideline. He possesses that 4.3, 4.4 speed, and he uses it on game day.
The Saints designing those plays, John, as you spoke about trying to get the big play, was not there.
Timeout New Orleans. And now they have none left, which means for the next 5 minutes, if there's a play they'd like to challenge, they won't be able to challenge it. Saints out of timeouts. It's a great football area, desperate for quality football. San Francisco Bay Area, and their defense has given them a little bit of hope over the last year or so. That man's the coordinator, Greg Manusky, an NFL linebacker for a dozen years, his 4th year in this job. A full-out character, and he does a very good job with his defense as well. Bush in the slot, 3rd and 5. Breeze looking the other way and throws for Shockey. Couldn't get it to him. Blanketed by Nate Clements, so there's a corner covering the tight end, and the Saints will punt.
The key has been pressure up the middle against Drew Brees. That's been the 49ers' plan. Not allow him to step up in the pocket.
Yeah, but they want to get the jerk route inside. Watch the receiver come inside on a little option route. You see Lance Moore, they cover it perfectly. And Greg Manusky does an excellent job with this 4-deep, 3-under zone. Week in and week out.
54-yard punt by Morstead. Phillip Adams, the rookie, caught it cleanly. A return of a half dozen to the 16. And San Francisco survived the big early onslaught and punch from the Saints. Had a score in the last drive. Their defense is keeping them in. Now just down 2 here at home. Saints leading by 2. What a good drive, the last drive for the 49ers. A lot of Frank Gore on this drive as well.
He's an all-purpose back. Take a look at him. Here's what makes him go. The inside power running of Frank Gore. He can also pick up a blitz flush. He doesn't cut anybody, Jaws. He stays face up, allows you to throw the football. And you can use him in the passing game. Here he comes out of the backfield. He beats Jonathan Velma for 6. Frank Gore's doing it all. He'll tell you, I'm going to compete with and without the football. He'll do it all night.
From the 12, there's Gore seeking the hole. Pulled back violently, too. That leg was trapped in a very awkward spot. I should have said from the 17. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
There's been a lot of great players come and go at the University of Miami, and I know several of them, as do you, Mike, but they will all tell you this is one of the baddest dudes to ever walk on campus at Coral Gables.
I know some, too.
You remember the backfield he was a part of? It was Frank Gore, Clinton Portis, Willis McGahee.
Wow.
Shockey was there as well. Vilma on defense. Bryant McKinney, Andre Johnson, one of the great talented teams, the 0-1 Canes. We have a whistle here. Pre-snap.
False start, number 68. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Second down.
But, you know, we asked the 49ers, what is your offense? What is your identity? Are you a spread team? Are you a running team? He says, hey, I went into the offensive line and I let them know what our identity is. It's the offensive line and 21. Frank Gore and this young offensive line are going to get it done and be the identity of this 49er offense. So far, so good. They've run the ball well and they've stayed with it.
Second and 7 after the flag. Smith had nothing open. Throws it to the sideline to Morgan, who's inbounds with the catch. So they pick up mostly the penalty yardage back. Well, 3rd and 2 coming up. Alex Smith's done a decent job here tonight.
Yeah, Mike, the 49ers are doing a really good job of getting the plays in, giving Alex Smith time at the line of scrimmage. They're averaging about 20 seconds breaking the huddles. They're getting to the line with ample time for Alex Smith to look at this Saints defense. So far, so good in the adjustments they made this week in their play calling mechanics.
That looked to be a clean catch, but it doesn't matter because the Saints can't challenge. They're out of timeout, so even if he was out, too bad. Once to the 2-minute mark, all reviews, as you know, are handled upstairs by the replay booth. 3rd and 2, a Gore run through the arms of Vilma. First down, San Francisco.
You know, that is just, hey, we're the San Francisco 49ers. We're going to run Power King off the right side, and we're going to slam it at you right behind our rookie guard. There you see Jonathan Vilma, one-on-one with Frank Gore in the hole. That's going to be a common scene throughout this football game. But look at Frank Gore dip his inside shoulder, know exactly where he needs to get for the first down.
Did a good first down throw quarter. And they hit Moran Norris, making nice gains here on first down. Guys, I want to go back to what you just said. The Niners got off to a slow start last year. Sean Hill was the quarterback. They were a power running team. And then when Alex Smith took over the last half, essentially, of the year, they became more of a spread team. And that points to the question you just asked. What is your offensive identity?
Well, what they did, they went to Alex Smith in the spread because that's where he was most comfortable. I believe with this offense now, the young offensive line, they need to become a power running team, a sledgehammer team with Frank Gore.
Gore got a good block from Norris, but he couldn't squeeze out the hole to the left. 3rd and 3 coming up.
Well, I don't think it's real hard to say what the 49ers want to do. They went out and drafted 2 big linemen in the first round. The 49ers have 3 first-round draft choices on this offensive line, 2 second-round draft choices, and arguably one of the best runners in all of football. They're going to stay with the run in 2010. I can assure you that.
Mike Iupati, the left guard. Anthony Davis, the right tackle. Those young players on the line. Smith on 3rd and 4. Look at Crabtree. Comes back the other way to Davis. There's Vernon through the tackle of the safety, Malcolm Jenkins, and out near midfield.
This is the guy that Alex Smith loves to look to in that hash area of the field, Vernon Davis. 6'3", 250 pounds. Nice release to the inside. You snap that head around on the stick route. Boy, and you got the coverage from Malcolm Jenkins coming from a long way. But what I liked about that play is Alex Smith had time at the line of scrimmage to get to the right play.
Davis's first catch. Smith has hit his last 7. We head up on the 2-minute warning. And Gore runs to the right, across midfield into New Orleans territory at the 47 as we get to the 2-minute stop. Very different fields in this second quarter as the Niners have gotten back in the game and they're trying to drive and take the lead. Chris Berman has the Toyota halftime show coming up. Fastest 3 minutes take us back through yesterday's best stuff. A little bit of the sports science that John Brinkus does so well for us at ESPN on Randy Moss's miracle catch, that one-hand grab in the loss of the Jets, and the baseball showdowns with 2 weeks left in the season. Chris will have that. The Giants are off tonight, but San Francisco all abuzz about that race in the West with the Padres and the Rockies, all tight with 2 weeks to go in the baseball season. Niners have all their timeouts. Flag down for Saints offside. Don't need it. Morgan with the catch. Josh is going to be brought down at the 31. He got up off that knee, so it's the full gain of 16.
Well, it's going to be offsides against the Saints.
Offside, number 69. Defense. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
But New Orleans jumps into the Bear defense. They bring pressure. It's man-to-man coverage. And Alex Smith sets up with good protection, throws a good 12-yard hook. Good anticipation to Josh Morgan. This 49er offense has had the ball for over 10 minutes in the second quarter. And that is going to be a winning edge if they can keep this thing up, Jaws.
Couldn't agree more.
From the 32, Gore bouncing to the outside. And Gore inside the 15, running hard. Frank Gore down to the 12, a gain of 20.
Jerry Rice is happy about that. This crowd is into the game right now. Frank Gore and this offensive line have reached up.
It's a power play again. They're running off the right side of this 49er offensive line behind Anthony Davis, and Frank Gore is feeling it right now.
13 carries, 71 yards. Rice's number will be retired at halftime. A lot of the Niner greats are down at this end zone where Jerry used to celebrate quite often. Smith blocked by Delaney Walker. Good spin. He lost the football. And the Saints recover at the 2. Malcolm Jenkins. Tracy Porter and Jonathan Vilma combine to knock it out from Walker, and a killer turnover for San Francisco.
Sometimes you just try to do too much. You love the effort by Delaney Walker coming back to the inside and the stop route. Boy, but you got to protect that ball. Guys like Vilma, they are going to knock the ball away. They're going to punch it out. You see Vilma right there swipe that ball out of the hands of Delaney Walker.
The New Orleans Saints, they do that as well as any team in football. 39 turnovers last year. Jonathan Vilma, the ringleader of this defense. Critical mistake by Delaney Walker.
That's a couple of turnovers. The interception by Roman Harper, that fumble, and then the snap over Alex Smith's head. A lot of mistakes here for the Niners. Saints have no timeouts. Pierre Thomas runs it forward to the 7. Mike Singletary and the 49ers will take a timeout. They have all 3 with 53 seconds left.
You know, I go watch the New Orleans Saints practice, and these defensive players run to the football and they strip it away, and they strip it away every play at practice, almost to the point of irritation. And Jonathan Vilma, Greg Williams, this entire defense, practice pays off.
Well, you talk about aggression with the offense, and it's the mindset that they create on the defensive side that fits hand in glove with what the offensive philosophy is.
Now, you go play for the New Orleans Saints, for that guy, you're going to become more aggressive. You will become nastier, and you will not back down. I was around this guy for 3 days at training camp. I felt like a lot better dude when I left.
Well, Greg says if he wasn't a football coach, he'd be a prison warden. So that kind of tells you the mentality that he has. A tough guy.
Jonathan Vilma, who is the quarterback of that defense, came up with the key play there. Now the Niners are trying to force the Saints to punt. Pierre Thomas got out of the arm tackle of Abreu Franklin. They'll take their second timeout here with 46 seconds remaining.
When was the last time you saw a defense play the New Orleans Saints with this kind of confidence? A lot of times you would just want to get into the locker room and get on with the game.
Yeah, but it's interesting. Greg Minuski, when he spoke to us on Saturday, didn't you sense that air of confidence that he felt if we play, quote-unquote, Niner football, we can slow this juggernaut of the Saints down. And he wasn't just a bravado. He felt he had a pretty good type on the offense of the Saints. So far, they're playing that way.
And this is also the direction Sean Payton was trying to burn timeouts because of the wind. While there is always that candlestick swirling effect, as you see this odd shape, not a symmetrical ballpark because of its baseball/football configuration. The winds do swirl, but we've seen paper wrappers blowing in this direction, left to right. So it's against the wind, essentially, if they have to punt.
And it's clearly affected Drew Brees.
They'll throw on 3rd and 6. Here is Brees. throwing, caught. Is it inbounds? They say yes. At the 19 for the first down for Devery Henderson.
And that's a gutty play call right there by the New Orleans Saints. Backed up in your end zone in this wind. Good throw to Devery. See if he gets them both in.
Very close. Probably worth stopping upstairs to look at. We'll watch to see if they got it in. Got it in. Definitely got it in from that angle. But they're going to stop it here to check upstairs. It's the correct thing to do.
That was a catch by 2 blades of grass.
Yeah.
When hasn't there been a clock stoppage inside of 2 minutes?
Actually, they just did it for you.
I know it.
Because they want to make sure that you come to every game and get a inside of the 2. Just past the top of the hour, those of you just tuning in, it's been a pretty interesting night. Disastrous start for the 49ers. David Moss, the center, threw it 11 feet over Alex Smith's head. Safety 2-0. Ensuing drive, Reggie Bush 6-yard touchdown reception. 9-0 Saints. Then San Francisco started grinding on the ground, gained some traction at a 12-play drive, capped off by a Frank Gore touchdown, and going in for a would-be go-ahead score. The turnover by Delaney Walker caused by Jonathan Vilma, recovered by the Saints, and that's how we've arrived at 9-7 with 41 seconds to go.
I give defensive coordinator Greg Manusky a lot of credit. You know, he lives in the shadows of Mike Singletary here for obvious reasons, but Greg Manusky's defense, they play extremely well in the red zone. They don't give up a lot of points. And it's every week. And when this guy walks into the room, you just feel his enthusiasm and his knowledge and his charisma. Keep an eye on this guy. He's going to be a head coach.
He can be a head coach. I agree with you. And you can see he's enjoying coaching football. You know, he's out there with a smile on his face. Yeah, like that Coach Gruden, man. I was out there enjoying coaching.
He wanted the New Orleans Saints. A lot of guys get nervous. Oh, my goodness, we got the Saints coming in here. He couldn't wait for this one. I just sensed that in his eyes.
And he pulled out all those stats. He even confused me.
That's hard to do with stats.
That's not hard to do.
I said with stats. You know what I loved is this review continues about Manusky. Remember, he was the defensive coordinator when Mike Nolan was here. And Mike Singletary wasn't the defensive coordinator. He was the linebacker coach. So here's Manusky, a dozen years in the league, which is a heck of a lot of special teams, and a good linebacker during his multiple stops. But here's Mike Singletary as your linebacker coach. This guy's the Hall of Fame linebacker, and you're the D coordinator. He's the linebacker coach. But he had to make an adjustment from the type of defense Nolan wanted to the type of defense Singletary wants. And this is a San Francisco group that is respected around the league.
Well, it's his defense. He's calling it. He's installing it. And he's got a lot to be proud of. You know, last year, they generated 33 turnovers. They had 44 sacks, which was 3rd in the league. And that's why they're in this football game, got a chance to win it because of the way they play defense.
Got a really good feel for his players. You know, he played in this league for over a decade, and the guys can relate to that.
We showed you this look before the play was stopped to check upstairs. Henderson possession, and right there, you see green on the other side of the heel of his shoe, so it's a completion. It'll be at the 19-yard line.
It's got to be a catch.
Just about to snap it, and then the buzzer, almost like a pager, goes off for one of the officials to blow the play dead and check, and Al Riveron did just that. Here's his call.
The ruling on the field stands as a catch.
And that catch puts the Saints over 100 yards for the night. Just 102 yards for New Orleans. And again, 2 reasons. The wind, not an easy condition night, and that San Francisco defense.
Yeah, they're averaging only 4.8 yards per pass play. That's not New Orleans Saints numbers.
Well, from a dome, you're not used to playing in this kind of weather, and you got to credit the entire 49er football team. Their offense has held the football.
Now, many nights you see Drew Brees not have the best set of quarterback numbers. Alex Smith has played well as well. There's one timeout left for the Niners. Pierre Thomas with the run to the 25-yard line. With only one timeout, there's really nothing the Niners can do with it. So I think we're just going to run it out here till the end of the half.
You know, Sean Payton warned us yesterday, guys. He said this is a very good football team. And he knew his team wasn't overlooking the 49ers. They had 5 Pro Bowlers last year and a lot of good players on the rise. He knew it was going to be a tough game, going to go down to the 4th quarter.
New Orleans is going to get the ball first to start the second half, and then we'll see which direction, if the wind is impacted here, when we come out of the locker room. Interesting half. 9-7 New Orleans. They'll retire Jerry Rice's number at halftime. We'll show you that when we come back for the third quarter. Now Chris Berman and the Toyota halftime show. At halftime here in San Francisco, Jerry Rice's number 80 retired. He thanked the fans, the family, the great teammates, and then one of the men who made the whole era possible.
I appreciate that. It started with Bill Walsh. And I think it's only appropriate that it ends with Bill Walsh. What I want you guys to do every time I stepped on the football field, right after the national anthem, I would raise my finger. The finger that's closest to the thumb. I want everybody to do that for Bill Walsh.
The jersey retirement ceremony, Jerry interviewed just a second after that, happening at halftime. Of course, he went to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and then his jersey retired as he goes into the San Francisco 49ers Hall of Fame here at halftime. The array of talent, Montana, Young, Clark, Lott, just a special evening here at Candlestick.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Seeing Eddie DeBartolo standing right behind him, the mastermind of all of it. But Jerry Rice had a chance to coach him. I saw him when he was 28. I saw him when he was 38 as a football player. There'll never be another one like that.
Well, I just wish I had the pleasure to play with a guy like that. Wow, what a terrific receiver. And, boy, what a cast of characters here. All these Hall of Famers. I'm getting goosebumps.
The greatest of all time in terms of wide receivers, Jerry Rice. The year of honors for Rice continuing here. And very appropriate that he brought up the name of the late Bill Walsh as we are at Bill Walsh Field at Candlestick Park here in San Francisco, where living up to reputation. Good game, defending champs on this field. Windy night in San Francisco. A challenge. Deep kickoff with the help of the wind. Courtney Roby will bring it out. And he's not going to get to the 20. He's brought down at the 14-yard line by Dominique Ziegler. Here's Michelle Tafoya.
Hey, I talked with Sean Payton on the way into the locker room. He did acknowledge that the wind affected a couple of Drew Brees throws. They're trying to be smart with this wind down here, both with it and into it. As far as the pressure up the middle on Brees, that was one of the big adjustments they were going to make at halftime, the Saints. They want to adjust that protection, maybe changing from man to gap on passing downs, guys.
Okay, Michelle, thanks. A little bit of the look at the impact of the numbers with the wind against the wind combined both teams. New Orleans going into the wind here as we start this third quarter. And Brees jumps it for Shockey. In the middle, Shockey gets to 36. The ball comes out, ruled after he was down. So it's a gain of 20.
And Drew Brees struggled with his accuracy in that first half with the wind howling. I mean, these are easy throws for Drew Brees. He does not miss these kinds of throws. It's like dropping quarters in a toll basket for him.
They go quickly, and Bush is stopped, loss of a yard, as Manny Lawson on the edge makes the play.
Well, you see the New Orleans Saints, when they get a big play on offense, they love to jump the ball and go with their no-huddle offense. They're trying to stay with the running game in these windy conditions. And sometimes you play right into this 49ers strength. They are very good against the run on defense. They're one of the top 5 in football.
A catch of Shockey's on first down was his first catch of the night after the no-gain second down. Pressure again up the middle. They go to David Thomas, the other tight end. And he gets to the 39, a gain of 3. Isaac Sopoaga put the pressure on.
It's clear to me that the 49ers are trying to get pressure right up the middle and get big people in Drew Brees' face. And that time, Drew was fortunate to get out of trouble, find an outlet receiver. Once again, a big third down here for the New Orleans offense. They need to get a drive together and stay on the field.
Saints had 12 on the, or Niners had 12 on the field, but they clear it. Brees takes the shot to the side and is caught by Colston. Who else on third down? First down into Saints territory.
When Marcus Colston lines up wide, he does an outstanding job of beating the coverage early. Here on Terrell Brown, good stick to the inside. Just enough separation for Breeze to squeeze that ball in there before the safety can get over the top. That's the accuracy that quarterbacks love to have. Just give that little window, Drew will squeeze it in.
Second grab of the night for Colston. Takes the Saints into Niners territory. Nowhere to go for Travis LeBoy as Pierre Thomas was there. We have a penalty marker down.
Holding on the New Orleans Saints.
Holding number 73. Offense, 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
As Jari Evans. We saw the Saints in the second half of the opener against Minnesota be able to run the ball. They did not run it very effectively in the first half here tonight as you look at the first half stats.
No, I never wanted to play a team like the 49ers who were coming off a very tough outing. You know they have a lot of pride and good players. I was always leery about playing a good team who's just coming off a bad outing.
Pierre Thomas and Reggie Bush in there together. And Breeze uses the middle of the field for Shockey. What a well-designed play, and what a good tackle by Navarro Bowman, the rookie linebacker from Penn State.
This is a trickery screen they ran last year against the Patriots. It's a 34 front beater. They're going to fake a screen here, and then leak David Thomas on a fake double screen, tight end check middle. Brilliant execution. You can only run that against a 3-4 defense. Nice job by Jeremy Shockey delaying. Drew Brees saw the throw. Very well executed.
Second and 7, pressure. Willis untouched. He brings down Breeze.
There is no doubt the 49ers felt they had to get pressure up the middle on Drew Brees. Getting after Carl Nicks, Jonathan Goodwin, and Jari Evans inside. You'll see the inside. Here comes Willis right up the gut. A little seam there between that guard center, that A gap, wide open. And he timed it beautifully, did not allow the Saints offensive lineman to adjust.
You saw Jonathan Goodwin's head between his legs, the center. I don't think he ever saw Willis. Timely blitz by Patrick Willis.
Breeze was only sacked 20 times all last year. Third and long. Screen, Pierre Thomas. Justin Smith chasing from behind. Big run up by Reggie Smith. The third-round draft pick a couple of years ago out of Oklahoma. They keep him shy of a first down, and New Orleans will punt.
But you don't often see guys like Justin Smith, 295-pound defensive ends, making plays across the field on a screen. What another great effort play by Justin Smith.
The wind has made catching punts a problem here tonight. Phillip Adams, the rookie for the 49ers, nearly made a mistake in the first half. Thomas Morstead kicked it toward the sideline. It will be inside the 15 when San Francisco takes over. Niners defense, part of the story, and a good half by Alex Smith. We continue in the second.
Some teams will never make it to the Super Bowl. Halftime is never followed by an onside kick. And a game has never given an entire city a reason to believe. Never say never. They didn't. And neither do we. Sierra Denali presents the GMC Never Say Never Moment of the Week. Only at NFL.com/GMC.
ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by GMC, the official vehicle of the NFL. Fidelity Investments, turn here. And NFLshop.com, where you can customize apparel the way you want it.
The beautiful city, the windy city is Chicago, but the windy ballpark is Candlestick. As you are getting a ton of wind here tonight, and it's impacting the game. The Niners have the wind in their favor in this third quarter, within 2. Frank Gore, who has been just a terrific runner in this first half, ran into the huge Remy Adele after that game.
You know, speaking of the wind, when you're down there or up in the box calling plays and you have the wind for 10 minutes, you better use some of those passes that you have in the game plan. It does affect the way you call. As you know, Jaws, this is big that they take advantage of the wind when it's in their favor.
You still have to be a little bit careful inside your own 20. You don't want to get too aggressive. Kind of nudge it out there.
Alex Smith, very good numbers in the first half. The 18's getting time, too, and his throw is caught by Michael Crabtree. Last year's first-round pick made a great move and takes it to midfield. 32 first-down yards.
Alex Smith has been razor sharp. 13 of 16 before that throw. I love the fact that he's hanging in the pocket. Good pass protection. Stays on balance and waits for Crabtree to open up down the field. You'll love to see a quarterback look down that gun barrel because you know the pressure's coming. Alex Smith is sharp tonight.
I like to see a big receiver snatch it.
Smith has completed his last 10. And they've done a good job passing on first down. Shot downfield. Vernon Davis caught it. First and goal, San Francisco. A gain of 41.
Well, the wind doesn't seem to be affecting Alex Smith. He's throwing some balls right now.
That is impressive. That is a big, fast tight end beating a very good cornerback in Jabari Greer. Watch this. This is a deep cross. Coverage is tight. Alex Smith makes a great throw and trusts the size of Vernon Davis to go up and get it. Two great throws by Alex Smith. And you see the 1-2 combination of Crabtree, Vernon Davis. That's what you want to see from the 49er offense.
Tying a career high, 11 straight completions. In the red zone, the Niners for the lead. Gore. Tackled by Vilma, gain of a couple of yards to the 7. We're talking about Vilma and Gore being high school teammates. Alex Smith and Reggie Bush were high school teammates, and Alex has been through so much in his pro career. Inconsistency with offensive coordinators, offensive systems that have not been the most challenging. But think about when he had Norv Turner as his offensive coordinator, he was very good. And tonight, this is as good as we've seen Alex Smith in a large sampling.
Mike, I agree. I came here to this game, and I want to ask, who is Alex Smith? Who is this guy in his 6th year? We're starting to find out.
Second and goal, a gun run with Gore to the 2. Third and goal here.
You know, Alex Smith, wing T quarterback in high school. Spread option quarterback at Utah. He comes here, he has 6 coordinators in 6 years. I like this guy. He's got a lot of experience. He can run and throw, and he's smart. And this is just where you want to see a quarterback that can run and throw it, Jaws, on a 3rd and goal.
Interesting here. Gore came out limping. Anthony Dixon, 6th-round rookie out of Mississippi State, is in the game on 3rd and goal. First time tonight, and he runs it. And he runs it in for a San Francisco lead.
How's that for confidence in your rookie left guard? Right behind youngster Mike Iupati on a little G lead off the left side. Good kick out by Moran Norris. That's a walk-in touchdown.
Edney adds the extra point, 14-9. So you've never touched the ball in the NFL. It's your NFL debut. It's your first carry on Monday Night Football against the Super Bowl champs. After a good drive, Anthony Dixon pays it off with a touchdown. They're rocking Candlestick. Fans very into it. 14-9. Anthony Dixon's first NFL carry. Frank Gore did a lot of the work to get them down there. Big plays with Crabtree, 32 yards. Vernon Davis, 41. All the Niners' weapons. Led by Alex Smith.
How about Anthony Dixon? He's standing there on the whole sideline. Hey, throw the cape off, go in there and make a play, and he does.
Very impressive.
The last 3 drives for the 49ers, 12 plays, 82 yards, 10 plays, 75 yards. That was just 6 plays and 88 yards.
And look at this. Here's what happens when we can get the plays in on time. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, Mike Johnson, the quarterback's coach, he's happy. Everybody's smiling. I got 20 seconds at the line of scrimmage. Wow, quarterbacking's fun.
With the wind here in this third quarter, Phillip Adams has been returning kicks, holds as Nedney kicks. Roby takes from the 3. Courtney hit it hard. And Adams, who was the holder, had to hop back in his lane to make the tackle over there shy of the 40-yard line. The New Orleans Saints won their first game 14-9. They now trail 14-9 against Mike Singletary and the 49ers. As you look at the last slivers of sun on this Monday, we remind you about Saturday night in Boise, Idaho on national TV. Number 3, Boise State against Oregon State out of the Pac-10, presented by Southwest Airlines. College Game Day will be there as well on ESPN in the morning, and then in prime time on ABC, you'll see number 3 Boise State against Oregon State. Breeze and the Saints take over from the 39. And here's Pierre Thomas to the right. Good job by Thomas to stay in bounds and get some extra yardage. A couple of yards shy of the first down. We have a penalty marker down back by the quarterback.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 98, defense. The 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Harris Harrelson called.
Good call, helmet to helmet. They called every time.
It's about the 5th different screen I've seen the Saints run tonight. That time they put Reggie in motion. They faked a quick bubble screen to the left. They threw the screen back to Pierre. That's the kind of mistakes that you cannot make against an offense like this.
You know, the screen pass was invented by Ray Flaherty in 1937, but he never saw it run this many ways. A long time later.
Thomas running up the middle. Smith and Harrelson makes the tackle. What about the Saints offense in general here, guys? Because this is an offense that did score 2 against a good defense in Minnesota. Touchdowns. 1 here. Sean Payton's got a ton of plays, but they are not as dynamic as they were when they were hitting on all cylinders the end of last year so far.
Well, there's no question. You know, play calling, you've got to be sharp. You've got to understand what the defense is trying to do. They have been able to crack the formula right now, but you know Sean Payton, eventually he's going to dial up some big plays.
From the 34, it is Breeze throwing, and it's nearly intercepted by Manny Lawson. He did a nice job staying in coverage with David Thomas.
You know, that's the matchup that the New Orleans Saints were looking for all week. They're trying to get their tight end one-on-one on a wheel route against Manny Lawson. Let me tell you about Manny Lawson. I saw this guy at the Combine a few years ago when he came out of NC State. He's the fastest big guy I've ever seen. This guy can cover grass. Excellent play by Manny Lawson.
Might be in 4-down territory because of the wind. 3rd and 7. Breeze setting up yet another screen, and Bush up the middle. There goes Reggie for the first down at the 22-yard line.
That's about the 6th different screen. Watch what Reggie Bush does. He runs a wide flare to his left, and you'll see 2 49ers go with him. There's 2 San Francisco 49ers running to the flat. Reggie sticks his foot in the ground and breaks back to the inside. Not many guys can run that play right there. Man, is he quick.
The design of these screens are amazing. I mean, Sean Payton just keeps coming after you with the screen game.
Pierre Thomas with a run into the red zone. It's the 18. Deshaun Goldson makes the tackle, and they're moving the ball into the wind here in this third quarter with a very good drive of screens and runs.
Well, these 49ers, they play 4 deep zone. They call it a quarters coverage. And when you play that coverage, there's only 3 defenders underneath. And that's what Sean Payton's doing right now. He's trying to find the tight end against an outside linebacker. He's working his back. Reggie Bush inside. Screens are always good against this quarters coverage. Here's another snap of it.
Well, and eventually the 49ers got to spy somebody to negate the screen game.
Movement by the Niners. Breeze with a free play. Throws high, and it's incomplete.
Going to get Ahmad Brooks for offsides.
Offside, number 55. Defense, 5-yard penalty. The result of play is a first down.
Good use of a hard count. That's normally a throw that Drew Brees rings up right there. He got out of trouble in spite of the defensive offsides, kept it alive, and normally he sticks that out, Marcus Colston. Take a look at it. He's going to slip out to his left. His eyes stay downfield. Normally he rings you up right there. I don't know if it's the wind or what it is, but Drew's missed a couple throws he normally puts in the basket.
Well, certainly the wind is contributing.
Thomas, the air to the right. Gain of only a yard. Abreu Franklin to make that tackle.
Well, we spent time with Greg Minuski on Saturday. It's all he talked about. When they get in the red zone, hey, we'll give up a field goal. Field goal, field goal. They're in there 5 times. They kick 5 field goals. I'll be happy. That's what they want to do. Keep the Saints out of the end zone.
And he also said this is where you look at your corners and say this is where you make your money. We expect you to cover down here.
Inside the 5. That's when he comes after you and leans on his pressure. But the Saints aren't bad here themselves, guys.
Timeout, San Francisco. They have 12 guys on the field. So confusion for the Niners. They stop it before they run a play with one guy too many. Two head coaches involved in a good one here. Sean Payton has ties to both San Francisco and Mike Singletary's Chicago Bears teams. He was born in San Francisco in the Bay Area, grew up going to 49ers games, then moved to Chicago and grew up rooting for the Bears and Singletary. Now opposing them here tonight, 2nd and 8 after the San Francisco call timeout. Breeze throws complete. It's the big target, Colston, who is right at the first down mark inside the 3.
Just a little spot route to the 6'4" Colston. But Reggie Bush coming out of the backfield and the people that he occupies, it's going to open up the spot route. Watch Colston come right in behind him. Sean Payton doing a great job attacking his corners.
They went quick, and Reggie Bush's quickness negated by Deshaun Goldson. Great job coming in from his safety spot.
Well, it was Deshaun Goldson who reacted slowly to Marcus Colston on a reception a moment ago, but he recovered right here and good penetration into the backfield and trips up Reggie Bush coming off that blitz from the corner. Well, that's just a really good job of anticipating the play.
A lot of personnel confusion. Takeo Spikes is out for the 49ers. The linebacker's a right knee contusion, so the Niners have been shuffling personnel in and out, trying to get everybody lined up properly. 2nd and goal to run with Bush to the edge. Willis meets him right around the 4. Mark it at the 3.
That's Patrick Willis again. Once again, quarters coverage. You see Willis, number 52, scrape to the outside, get off a block, launch himself, make a good tackle in the open air against Reggie Bush. 3rd down inside the 5. This is where the 49ers like to play their full all-out blitz man coverage.
I don't think you're going to see it here, John. I think they're going with their coverage scheme. Bush on Willis.
Breeze surveys, throws for the touchdown underneath to David Thomas, the tight end. Marker down at the line of scrimmage. It looked like one of the Niners jumped offside.
Yeah, they're going to get Manny Lawson jumping off sides for the 49ers.
Offside, number 99. Defense, the penalty will be declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
First point scored at this end going into the wind. It's 15-14 with 16 minutes left in the game. Sean Payton going to go for the extra point and 1, not for 2.
David Thomas just on a little circle route out of the backfield. You know, Drew Brees does an excellent job. You wonder what's wrong with his Saints offense. What's wrong with his Saints offense? Nothing. Drew Brees answers a score with one of his own.
That's too easy, though, John. That's an easy pitch catch right there. The 49ers did not bow their back.
Garrett Hartley adds the extra point. Drew Brees brings the Saints down the field into the wind. and they take the lead as David Thomas brings in his 3rd career touchdown. Championship drive by the New Orleans Saints reminded of the crowning moment of their success in Super Bowl 44, their championship ring ceremony. And the Saints, who've been so helpful and influential down in the Gulf region, did a great thing, raising money, over $1.4 million, for the Saints Gulf Coast Renewal Fund, which is to help the victims of the oil spill, which thankfully that well has been capped. The entire organization promoted it and raised money with a raffle. And I'll tell you the payoff of that in a second. The short kickoff, because of the wind, is taken by Delaney Walker, and it's down at the 17-yard line. Drew Brees leading this idea to get this done and to find a way to raise money to get one of these, an actual ring that the players and coaches got, and in a raffle, figure out who would win it. Well, Christopher Lynn of Hattiesburg, Mississippi, is doing backflips right now because he's getting one of these.
Man,
congratulations. Diamonds, huh?
Hey, there you go.
He is getting a Super Bowl ring, and they raised money in the process of doing that. It's special. I know you wear yours all the time.
Well, now that I get to hang around you guys, I try to show this off. That was one of the great days of my life, to share that ring ceremony with the players, coaches, the people that made it all happen. Now I know Sean Payton and his team wants to get another one.
Real quick here, guys. The Niners had Vernon Davis come late into the huddle, and they're going to have to burn a timeout or take a delay a game. And they're going to take a delay a game here. So the whole story all week with the 49ers was the inability to get the plays in properly and handle the basics. Well, Vernon Davis was on the sideline, and oftentimes you're getting personnel packages in at the start of a drive. They got the huddle with 10. Davis came charging in off the sideline, but the play clock ran down, and they backed him up 5.
Can't do that. It's inexcusable.
That can't happen.
So it's 1st and 15, and this is the last minute 40 that the Niners will have this gusting wind at their back. Alex Smith throws to Gore. And Shanley waited and brought him down 20. Get the penalty yard plus 2 back.
And the 49ers go to a formation which Alex Smith feels very comfortable in. They go with that 5-wide look, empty backfield. Normally we see Greg Williams blitz that formation. He played coverage, and Alex Smith did a nice job of finding the open receiver, that being Frank Gore.
His offensive line's done a nice job. Even though this was just a 3-man rush, Smith kept the play alive and threw it away. That's 3rd down coming up.
It's good coverage by the New Orleans Saints. They have not been as reckless with their blitz selection. Take a look at it from up top. You'll see the coverage down the field. You're looking for Vernon Davis. Jonathan Vilma passes him off to Shanley. On the other side, you see Crabtree on a little shoot route. Danny Clark gets underneath it. Jabari Greer's over the top. Good defense. This is the first 3rd and long that the New Orleans Saints have had in a while. I'll be shocked if there's not some kind of blitz here.
Extra corner, Lee Torrance on the field. Niners trying to convert their 6th consecutive 3rd down. Gore, yard shy, brought down by his high school and college teammate Vilma. 3 and out, and remember the penalty for delay a game at the start of the drive. Inexcusable and a killer.
Well, it is, and to start 1st and 15, take a look at your young right tackle, Anthony Davis. Just watch him, number 76, reach out here aggressively and knock down Shanley, the outside linebacker for the New Orleans Saints. The offensive line is competing and playing quite well against a multiple New Orleans defense.
The last play with the win for the Niners. It's a punt with Reggie Bush waiting. There'll be a lot of room for Reggie because of the depth of the punt from the 22. Bush looking for blockers. He needs 2 more. He needs 1 more. Reggie Bush pushed out of bounds by Andy Lee, the punter, at the 35-yard line at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Well, the one thing I used to tell our special teams group was do not give him a chance. They just did.
51 on the punt, 43 on the return. The Saints with the lead and great field position. sneaking into town anymore. You're the champs. The Super Bowl champion New Orleans Saints getting everything they want from the 49ers here in the fourth quarter from San Francisco. And last year was a dominating quarter for the Saints. Largest fourth quarter scoring advantage in the NFL in the last 3 years. Outscoring their opponents by 91. If that's not enough, they've got the wind in their favor here in the fourth. First play of the quarter is Breeze coming down to Pierre Thomas. He's shy of the 30-yard line and a gain of 5.
And back-to-back really critical mistakes by the 49ers. You take the delay of game on offense, puts you way behind and down in distance, and then you punt the ball right down the middle to Reggie Bush. You do not give this coach and this quarterback these kind of opportunities. Huge right now for the 49er defense that they step up.
Here's Pierre Thomas, runs into his own man and gains just a yard. The rushing yards have been hard to come by. Those of you just hopping on here at 11 on the East Coast, 8 out here in the West Coast. Alex Smith has matched Drew Brees essentially in play for play. The mistakes made by the 49ers, as you look at their stats, part of the story. A snap over the head of Alex Smith on the first drive. That's the difference in the game. A 2-point New Orleans lead. Also a couple of turnovers by the Saints, by the Niners, have given the Saints their scoring opportunities. 16-14. The Saints trying to go to 2-0. The Niners trying to avoid an 0-2 start. 3rd and 3. And Breeze throws, knocked down. Reggie Smith, second good play he's made this quarter, the backup safety.
Reggie Smith does an outstanding job anticipating this route. You'll see him. Marcus Colston comes right at him. Colston loves that route, that little stick stop route. But boy, what a terrific job by Smith of reading it, driving the ball, and knocking it down, and forcing a field goal attempt for the Saints.
Yeah, now you have Garrett Hartley, the NFC Championship game hero, missed 2 kicks wide left in the opener against the Vikings. Those were indoors. This is with the wind at his back, but swirling. Officially 46 yards. Good kick by Hartley, right down the middle, and the Saints lead by 5. Pressure was on after missing those 2 in game 1, and he handled it.
ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by Corona Light. It only gets better. And Autotrader.com. Now compare new and used cars side by side at Autotrader.com.
Our aerial coverage tonight from San Francisco is brought to you by DirecTV. A beautiful city. Every time you come here, you really enjoy the Bay Area and the weather. John, you were here coaching the Raiders in the East Bay.
That's awesome. Yeah. Can't beat this area.
Great fans, too, for their teams. And it's been long-suffering. The 49ers picked by a lot of folks to be the team to beat in the B flight, the NFC West. This is the weakest division over the last 3 years in the National Football League, without question. But somebody wins the division and gets to the playoffs, and the Arizona Cardinals got to the Super Bowl out of this division a couple of years ago.
Well, they face a big test right now. Now we're going to find out what the San Francisco 49ers are all about.
Delaney Walker will watch the wind-aided kickoff sail all the way out. How about the former #1 overall pick, Alex Smith, tonight, Ron?
He has played very well tonight. And I like the fact that he was processing the information quickly, getting the ball out of his hand, anticipating routes, throwing accurately, all those attributes you look for a quarterback. But now he's going to be tested. They are behind 19-14. This is what separates quarterbacks in this league. Can you make plays with the game on the line? Let's see if Alex Smith can come through for the 49ers against a very aggressive Saints defense.
Into the wind. Drive start from the 20. So you're going to need a lot of this guy. Frank Gore. A gain of 10, now to the 30-yard line, and right at that first down mark. Boy, he still runs it great, doesn't he?
Kind of forgot about Frank Gore in the second half. Don't forget about Frank. Watch the little T scheme, the tackle pull, guard around.
Frank Gore slices it right off the right side. Look at him get his pads down, finish the run.
You mentioned it before, John. Big attaboy to this offensive line. A defense that gives you a lot, tests you. 2 rookies, most of the line playing out of its position from a year ago. And they've been good here tonight. Going to the left back. Right about 10 more.
You know, Jonathan Vilma warned us of this last night. When they pull the guard, Frank Gore is going to cut it all the way back. Watch the left guard, number 77, Upati pull. The linebackers scrape. They come hard to the play side, and Frank Gore cuts it back behind the pulling guard, which is uncommon. Frank Gore has great vision. Very decisive run by Frank.
That was impressive. Jump cut right there. Get to the outside.
102 yards tonight. Over 100. Broke Joe Perry's franchise record of 100-yard games. Now play action. Alex Smith hit as he throws. Crabtree fell down and couldn't get back up to make the catch. Jonathan Vilma was bearing down on Alex Smith.
Well, they give Michael Crabtree a vertical read right there, and he just slipped at the top of his route. It's too bad they had an easy game.
Here you see Vilma coming up the middle. He sees the play action fake and then gets in the face. Ooh, almost grabbed his face mask there. Close.
Hit him right up by the neck. Seen worse called for 15 yards.
But Alex Smith is hanging in there.
And chose to pass it on first down. Now 2nd and 10. Another throw with Roman Harper coming in. Gore the screen. Got past Vilma. Look at Frank Gore. Lost the football. Got it back. As he went down, he had it. The 9-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 1 coming up the strip as Harper retraced his steps.
Well, it's an unbelievable play by Frank Gore. Greg Williams brings a linebacker and a safety off the weak side. The ball's clearly out. I think Gore got it back himself.
He did. And he needs a break after being run here on this drive. So you go back on 3rd and 1 to that rookie Anthony Dixon, who scored on his first ever carry as a Niner. Last guy to do that for the Niners was Terrell Owens in 1998.
We got Vernon Davis down here one-on-one with Harper.
They're going to throw to Davis on Harper. A lot of hand fighting. Davis can't catch, but he got a flag.
Well, I can see that coming all the way from Oakland, guys. 3rd down and 1. You flex out Vernon Davis. You get Roman Harper as safety and one-on-one coverage. And Vernon just says, hey, Alex, throw it up. I got this guy.
You can just see the size disparity. Ball a little bit underthrown. And, you know, that's interference right there. The ball's underthrown, but the contact before the ball gets to Vernon Davis. And we know in this NFL nowadays, give your guy a chance. If it's incomplete, good chance you're going to get a PI.
Vernon Davis is special. 13 touchdowns last year. If I had a body like that, I'd be at the beach every day. This guy can run, and he is a force, especially in that kind of situation.
29-yard penalty. Niners trying to go in for the go-ahead touchdown. Slant, deflected, intercepted. Intercepted by Tracy Porter. All he does is make big INTs. It was deflected by Jolon Dunbar, the linebacker. And a 3rd turnover for the 49ers. The hand of Dunbar tips it into the waiting arms of the Super Bowl hero Porter. Back in San Francisco, Saints take over after San Francisco's 3rd turnover of the night. That'll be up to the Niners defense to at worst hold them to 3 and keep it a 1-possession game. Breeze for Thomas, play brought up by Manny Lawson.
Take a look at the interception and watch left tackle Joe Staley. He's going to try to be aggressive in his blocking here of Jolon Dunbar, but Dunbar's dropping in coverage, makes an unbelievable one-handed tip. There's not a lot Alex Smith can do. The throwing lane was there. Dunbar was on his side of the line of scrimmage. Just a great play by Jolon Dunbar when the Saints needed it the most.
And it was a good play call. You had the corner outside, the safety deep. You had a nice lane. Dunbar showed his athleticism.
Here Thomas is the back. It's 2nd down. After a loss of 5, no gain. making a loss of a couple of yards. Swarming defense led by Paris Harrison. Let me come back to that play for a second, John. Is there anything Staley can do? Because Dunbar's on his side of the line of scrimmage. You can't go block him downfield, right?
No, he's trying to be aggressive. You saw him fire off and try to get him. But when Dunbar drops into coverage, there's not a whole lot Staley can do except for stay alive and try to dive out and cut him.
Here comes the crowd for 3rd and 15. Needing to get to the 25. Push out of the backfield. That pass is deflected back to Breeze, who can run and fakes the throw because he can't throw it, and slides down with a gain of 7 to at least give them a little more breathing room.
Well, that was bizarre, but Drew Brees, very alert, grabs the batted ball. Well, you want to be Drew Brees. You're in the pocket, downfield. Boy, not much room to throw the football.
Ray
Tim
McDonald
with a batted ball.
Not the first time it's happened to Breeze, who gets a lot of passes knocked down because of his size. 6th time he has a reception. A few of them were throws by LaDainian Tomlinson when they were in San Diego, but it's not the first time that's happened. A ball batted back that Breeze has caught. Morstead punting with the win. Rocket shot all the way back to the 25. Here comes the rookie Phillip Adams. Return of 6. Courtney Roby and Lee Torrance superlative in their coverage. 58-yard kick with the win. Alex Smith, the 49ers, had a good night. If they can get out of their own way, they might get the lead. Next Monday night to Chicago, Charles Woodson, the reigning defensive player of the year. Brian Urlacher leads the Bears defense. Undefeated Packers, undefeated Bears, Soldier Field, Monday Night Football.
We've had some good games. That's going to be another one. Those teams don't like each other.
A couple hot quarterbacks.
Nice scene over here on Candlestick Point in San Francisco. 49ers start at their own 31, trailing by 5. Offside, flag thrown. We'll see if it's offside or induced.
Yeah, it looked like
by
Michael
offensive
Crabtree.
movement.
Mike. Those are inexcusable for a wide receiver to be out there. The only thing you have to do is look at the ball.
Neutral zone infraction, number 91. Defense break. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's going to be 1st and 5. If you're just joining us, here's where the Niners have self-destructed tonight. Very first drive, David Boss, the center, goes with a 12-foot snap. Not good. Safety, 2 points. Then moving in the red zone, Delaney Walker fighting for extra yards. Vilma knocked it out. Red zone turnover. Saints ball on the last drive. The deflection by Jolon Dunbar. Intercepted by Tracy Porter. 3 turnovers inside the 30. And still they are within 5 of the defending Super Bowl champions. Alex Smith throws to Davis. Vernon catches. Took a very hard shot down low as the first down yardage.
I like what Alex Smith did there. He saw the strong safety on the line of scrimmage. Harper was going to blitz. He audible do a 3-step protection and just kicked it right out here to number 85, Vernon Davis, on a little stick-out route. Alex Smith playing well. He's seeing a lot, making good decisions. They just got to finish a drive. They've moved the ball extremely well tonight against a good defense.
Toss score. Davis, the rookie, pulled. Will Smith made the tackle at the 45-yard line. John has referenced it a couple of times. You have 2 first-round picks. Mike Upati out of Idaho playing left guard, 17th overall pick. Anthony Davis playing right tackle. He's the 11th overall pick. Anthony Davis is only 20 years old. Matter of fact, guys, he was born 6 days before the earthquake that happened during the World Series.
He's a young fella, Mike. You mentioned.
He's an idea.
Boy, but I'll tell you what, he's grown up real quick. Real quick. You better to this league. No one waits for you.
Smith giving time with that line. Another deflection. This one by Will Smith. And Remy Adele couldn't get back for the pick.
You know, I think everybody's
planning on the Saints to blitz. But take a look right here. The Saints rush 3. They're going to drop their big nose tackle into coverage. And Alex Smith, as he looks backside for number 84, Josh Morgan, he sees the big fella in his way.
But you look at the template of how Greg Williams likes to play defense. Last week against the Vikings, what he did was play coverage the first half, blitz the second half. Today, the first half, it's been blitz, second half coverage. Although look, blitz now.
3rd and 7. Got 6 at the line. Trying to decipher who's coming. Only bring 3. Smith's throws, sails on him with the wind. Incomplete, intended for Davis with a 4th down coming up.
Once again, a 3-man rush. This is a little bit like the Saints played the Patriots last year. They're trying to double Vernon Davis. The illusion of pressure. You see the linebackers sugaring around like they're going to blitz. But at the end of the day, it's a 3-man rush, and they're going to combination cover Vernon Davis. You see 85? There's nowhere to go.
Andy Lee's a very good punter into this win. Tough for Reggie Bush to catch. He fumbled it. It's loose on the ground. It's covered by Bush at the 22. I was just thinking about what Sean Payton told us last night, that with Reggie Bush, sometimes he likes to put Lance Moore back there, who's more secure catching the ball. Now, Bush fell on it initially. We haven't had a signal by the officials. And Reggie comes off the bottom of the pile with the ball. Reggie has fumbled several punts in his career. That was a tough one to catch with the win. The Saints dodge a bullet. Sean Payton looking out with a very displeased face. Reggie Bush was injured trying to get that fumble and got that leg tangled up. Remember, Reggie's had knee problems over the last couple of years. That left knee gets bent around, and then you had the pile on the back end. He was trying to come off the field under his own, took a few steps, and that right leg and knee area or lower leg was bothering him, went right back down as we were away in commercial. So Bush is back down now, is being helped off without putting any weight on that right leg. That's a very disappointing sight. As a lot of the fans, Saints fans and Niners fans, recognize Reggie Bush. We mentioned in the first quarter, very difficult week for Reggie, returning the Heisman Trophy, hoping that that was behind him with a lot of the pressure that was around him all of his New Orleans time, with the allegations following the investigation at USC for receiving improper benefits. Bush had a touchdown in the first quarter tonight. He was healthy, didn't have to rehab an injury in the offseason for the first time. But if Reggie Bush's wheels aren't right, that's a huge problem for the Saints. Breeze back to work. Complete to Devery Henderson, a couple of yards shy of the first down. It'll be second coming up.
Remember, last year the Saints used 3 different backs. Mike Bell is gone from that stable. He's in Philadelphia without Reggie Bush. That leaves him with Pierre Thomas. Look for Deshaun Wynn, number 21, to step up and fill some kind of role in this Saint offense.
Well, here's when Drew Brees is normally at his best. When the game is on the line, they'll keep the ball away.
And give it to Pierre Thomas. A couple of yards shy of the first down. It's third down. And first, the most important thing for them is to take care of the game tonight. But if you don't have Reggie Bush for a while, it certainly changes a lot of things that happens in this New Orleans offense. A lot of their threat ability.
Well, you just saw Deshaun Wynn. He'll be the guy they go to next. Third down and 1. 49ers love to defend the run. Don't be surprised if Brees throws it again. Remember, he hit Heath Evans early for a big gain on 3rd and short.
Shockey becomes the receiver on the left side. Joined now by Henderson that way. And a play pass looking for Shockey. He's covered. Brees has to get rid of it. Really good job by the Niners of staying with Shockey as he came across the formation. It's 4th down.
Tremendous discipline. That's what you have to play with in a situation like that, John.
And it says a lot about the respect that the Saints have for this 49er run defense. Just a bootleg. They try to slide Henderson into the flat. The 49ers cover it.
And here was the coverage on Shockey coming across. Dave Spencer taking care of that. With the win, Morstead's last kick was a rocket shot. This one pretty good as well. The rookie Adams muffed it. Courtney Roby fell on it, and it ruled New Orleans ball. Again, catching punts, bad weather. Rookie return man back there for the first time.
Well, you put Phillip Adams back there. Ted Ginn, your normal return specialist, is out of the game. You put a rookie from South Carolina State. Remember, he had a bad scene in the first half. He misjudged the ball. And here the ball goes right through his hands, and Courtney Roby makes an impact play for the New Orleans Saints. That's the fourth punt that we've seen mishandled tonight.
And that ball just bounces straight back in play. Unfortunate for the 49ers, but incredible play right there by Courtney Roby to scoop that thing up.
And amazing there on the sideline how the ball doesn't go out of bounds. Roby doesn't go out of bounds. And that picture says it all. From the 14, Saints for the knockout punch. Middle, Thomas goes for about 2 yards. Again, a field goal here would make it 22-14, an 8-point game, and the 49ers would still be in it with what would be their last drive. And John, you mentioned it, Courtney Roby, special teams guy. Again, all the New Orleans Saints contributors. Dave Thomas, the touchdown earlier, the second tight end. Roby, their kickoff man, a great gunner on special teams.
Oh, a key pickup for him late last season. He's delivered in a lot of areas. It's time right now for the Saints to capitalize.
Here Thomas stays into block. It's Marcus Colston, first and goal, New Orleans at the 4, and this will take us down close to 4 minutes.
You see the chemistry, the feel that Drew Brees has for Marcus Colston. That ball is out of his hand just as Colston's turning around. Colston picks up the ball coming out of Drew Brees' hand. Doesn't matter where the football is, able to get his body in a position to protect himself. Because down there in that hash area, you're going to get hit.
I got a feeling Sean Payton's going to run the ball behind these two massive guards. Carl Nix, number 77 at left guard. Jari Evans, number 73 at right guard. They're going to slam this ball inside.
With Thomas, met by Willis, still going. Pierre Thomas just shy of the goal line.
They run a lot of isolations inside with a fake reverse over the top, just trying to distract these linebackers. But Patrick Willis, these linebackers, very instinctive. They've seen that scheme before, but we are inside the 1. The clock is beginning to become a factor, Jaws.
You know, and in that power running game for the Saints, you have Heath Evans back, who was injured last year, and he is an outstanding lead blocker for those lead plays.
Pad level, low man wins.
7 offensive linemen in for the Saints. Thomas, stop, bottom of the pile, Ray McDonald makes first penetration.
Yeah, penetration, that's the key. Low man may win, but clearly Ray McDonald got penetration. You blow that play up in the backfield, that's what you want to do from a defensive standpoint. Boy, an incredible push by Ray McDonald on Jari Evans to get into the backfield.
3rd and goal here. Advise the Niners to use a timeout if they don't make it here before the field goal attempt. Save some time on this side of the 2-minute warning.
They snuck rookie tight end Jimmy Graham into the game. They're rookie out of Miami of Florida, and I have a feeling they're going to look for him in this situation.
How do you
use
sneak
that
a guy
size.
6'6", 200?
We haven't been in a game all night.
Saints choosing to take a timeout here, and they milked the clock all the way down to 2:33 before using the timeout. Now, Reggie Bush was hurt a moment ago on the punt return, and while we had the Courtney Roby play going on, Bush was taken back to the locker room. He was carted off, so you see a lot of the teammates of Reggie Bush coming over to greet him as he was taken off, and certainly we'll listen over the next hours and days for further news on Reggie with that apparent leg injury. But Reggie Bush, very popular amongst his Saints teammates, who were a great support for him in his difficulty. Hey, look, they broke rules, NCAA rules, so you know, you're not making alibis for him, but it's been a difficult time and week for him, and to see that.
Well, as a teammate, Mike, you're right. The players loved him. They respected him. And let's be realistic about this. We could talk about all the players, that Saints offensive quarterback Drew Brees. Reggie Bush is an integral part of what they do. You may say decoy, whatever you want, but defenses always know where Reggie Bush is when he's on the field, and they account for him properly. So that opens up everybody else.
Big story going forward. Big story here now is third and goal, and the 49ers take timeout. I mean, out of the time management handbook, this is the first page you rip out and throw away.
Only thing I can say is the game is on the line. Touchdown here for the Saints, and it's over. You do have the 2-minute that will stop the clock. You got to have the right coverage. What New Orleans did there is they came back with 3 receivers. The previous snap, they had 3 tight ends, and the 49ers were in their goal line defense. Sean Payton adjusted, brought out his 3 receivers. The 49ers wanted to be in the right defense, but you're right. That's a critical time to take a timeout.
But your point is that you see that play sheet there with the 600, the chess match. Sean Payton moves pieces and forces you into corners.
He's back to the goal line personnel. There's 3 tight ends. But back to the goal line defense.
Your personnel up in the press box must locate the personnel coming on the field.
Jimmy Graham, the rookie tight end, is 80. Is the fullback Pete Evans, who is stopped by Patrick Willis, who is earning every one of those Pro Bowl votes. Got to take the timeout here, this side of the 2-minute. Got to get your timeout, and Singletary gets it finally at 2:19. He's mad at the officials. He's mad at the officials, but his players got to be looking over there and help him get the timeout too. You got to cover that in the prior timeout.
He's all the way out on the numbers.
How great has Patrick Willis been tonight?
Well, I think he's made every tackle. It appears that way anyway. Here in this tough situation, you're going to see Patrick Willis, number 52. I mean, we've been fortunate the last couple of weeks. Ray Lewis. Now we got, Jonathan Vilma. And all of a sudden we get Patrick Willis, and we are seeing some incredible linebacker play. Patrick Willis diagnosing the play. That's a big old stud that he jacked up backwards, boy. Whew. That's linebacker play.
You got to give the 49ers a lot of credit defensively for stopping the 49ers, or excuse me, stopping the Saints in that situation. They had 3 golden opportunities from the 1. They're going to give their offense a chance.
Yes, they will. 24 carries, 50 yards. And we saw the Saints running very well on the Vikings in the opener. Hartley for an 8-point lead. It's an extra point-sized field goal, essentially. 19 yards. The ribbons are quiet. And Hartley just bangs it through for an 8-point New Orleans lead. 22-14. Niners need to score and get 2 to send it to overtime. Mike Tirico, John Gruden, Ron Jaworski, Candlestick Park. The Super Bowl champion 49ers Saints trying to become the 8th team to go to 2-0. This was Mike Singletary trying to get that timeout called after the 3rd down stop, running all the way out to the numbers, and very mad at the officials and the side judge for coming in and not recognizing it. The coaches do have, as you know, the power to call a timeout and that ability.
Mike, I've had to look into those eyes as a player when Mike Singletary was playing linebacker for the Bears, and that is a very scary feeling.
Well, the official, after he's getting on the official finally told him enough, Mike, and he's correct so. What stuff you cover in prior timeouts. We stop him here, we're going to take a timeout, maximize our time. Did not happen. Delaney Walker, 3 yards deep in the end zone to bring it out. An open field play shy of the 20. Marvin Mitchell makes the tackle. Niners have no timeouts and 83 yards to go to get a touchdown.
Keep an eye at home. All the play calling in this situation, when the clock is running, Alex Smith will call the plays himself. When the clock is stopped, he'll get them from the sideline. So right here, he's going to get something from quarterback coach Mike Johnson. But if this ball is complete and the clock is running, Alex is on his own.
Every quarterback loves that. Call your own plays.
Only clock stoppage will come at the 2-minute warning. Smith's first throw is complete to Vernon Davis to the 34. See the Saints trying to strip it away and get a 5th turnover and end this thing. But it's first down for San Francisco at the 2-minute warning. Down 8.
What's up? Stuart Scott with you coming up on the GMC postgame report. Tight baseball pennant races. Rays and Yankees going up against each other. So are the Braves and Phillies. And full highlights and analysis of this Monday nighter, Mike Tirico, that is coming down to the wire.
Yes, it is, Stuart. We'll see you, Steve Young, Matt Millen coming up. 2 minutes left. 49ers without timeouts at their own 34. Pressure comes. Smith finding a place to keep it alive, looking for the sideline. There's the speed of Alex Smith. Great job. Pick up a first down in a 12-yard game.
Boy, Alex Smith felt the pressure. There was pressure coming from his left side. That's the key to the quarterback. Feel that pressure.
Well, yeah, Lee Torrance comes right off the edge unblocked, and Frank Gore comes out of nowhere and picks it up. Great job by Alex Smith. Now, you got to remind yourself, Alex, you have 4 downs. 4 downs. You have plenty of time. Again, expect pressure.
In the 46, it's more pressure. Smith looks for any place to throw. Sideline, Morgan, 2 feet down. Yes, catch made. Saints territory, 39-yard line.
You can work the sidelines as well. Alex Smith in the pocket, tremendous poise, bodies flying around him, located the sideline receiver. Maintain your cool. Boy, you get the ball to sidelines, that's working the clock.
Once again, great pickup by the 49ers. Trips to the field. Look for Vernon Davis down the middle.
Got single on top, away from that 3-receiver side as well. You can take a shot.
Pressure picked up. There's Davis down the middle. Couldn't get it as he went up with Jolon Dunbar, or Marvin Mitchell, the linebacker, number 50.
Well, they love that 9-9-9, they call it here in San Francisco. Everybody run go routes and send Vernon Davis down the seam. And again, a nice throw by Alex Smith. He put the ball up high where Vernon had a chance to play it. It's a nice play by Mitchell on the back end. 2nd down at a clock stoppage. This is when Greg Williams is back in the game as a defensive coach. Loves the blitz at a clock stoppage.
3rd and 4, sling to Gore. Frank with blockers, 30. Out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Gain of 18.
Well, I know Frank Gore, and I'm not going to question his running ability. He went to the sideline. I thought there was a little bit of a seam for the cutback there. But boy, he got on the perimeter. Frank Gore makes things happen.
They have plenty of time still. 1:34 left. No timeouts, plenty of time. And running the football here is not out of the question. Against some of these soft zones, don't be surprised if they give Gore one more look at it as a runner.
Yep. Get the middle of the field. Don't have to work the sideline. They're in good position. They turned it over down here all night. Smith taking off, gaining yards at the 10. It's going to be 1st and goal. Spotted at the 9.
The one thing you sometimes forget about is this guy can run. Alex Smith was the #1 pick in the draft, largely because of his athletic ability. Look at him get out of trouble. Eyes are downfield. Will Smith in pursuit. He has the speed to get the corner and a good sense to get out of bounds.
The entire playbook is now open. 1 minute and 26 seconds to go inside the 10.
You're right, Jaws. I think you can run it. You have plenty of time. You're down to 4 plays unless there's an automatic first down defensive foul. Gore next to Smith. Great blitz pickup. Pass is caught by Ziegler. Dominique Ziegler, 2nd-year man out of Baylor, takes it inside the 5.
That's an all-out blitz by the Saints that time. Once again, good pickup. Alex Smith gets to his quick receiver.
They're going to mark him at the 7. His left leg comes out of bounds there. I thought it was a little farther up at the 5. They're going to mark him out of bounds behind that.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see another run. You don't want to give Drew Brees too much time on the other end either.
Inside handoff, Gore at the 5. Gore to the end zone. Touchdown. Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie the game, but there's a lot of time left.
What a great call. Saints were expecting the pass. They went with the inside give to Gore. Now you need your best play, and you'd like to have a can where you can call a run and can it to a pass. Let's see what happens here. They're going with no backs.
2 of 5 opportunities. That's the league average last couple of years. 40% to tie the game. Alex Smith can run. Smith looking, gets it in, and it is shy of the plane. The try is no good. Vernon Davis outside the plane with the ball. Roman Harper makes the tackle. They'll look at it on replay to make sure the spot. Now the game's not over. New Orleans can attempt an onside kick here with 1:19 remaining. So the game's still very much alive. First, we're going to get a look at the plane. Not where Davis is, it's where the ball is when he gets possession of it.
Oh, how close. Wow.
If a catch with his second foot comes down. So right there, when that second foot comes down, where is the ball? There's nothing you could turn it over with there. We have more looks for you when we come right back. The officials looking at it upstairs, reviewing. Okay, they're looking upstairs. The ruling on the field was that the conversion was no good. As Vernon Davis caught the ball, he catches it in the air over the goal line. It's the act of the catch. Now, if he catches it in the air over the goal line and was pushed back by a defender, and that's essentially what happened here, then it's a good try. Now, our Mac Zoom has cameras, multiple cameras stitched together to give you that image looking right down the plane of the goal line. He has the catch here with a foot over the air, and that's what they're putting up on the video board, and the fans are reacting to it.
How can that not be a conversion?
You're trying to piece together all the different parts of a catch. Because if he's in the air over the goal line and then the second foot coming down. Okay, let's just hang here for a second. This will move away, but there he's got the ball and a foot and the second foot right there. So that's...
I'd say it's a catch.
Here's Al Riveron, the referee who looked at all those and tries to piece the evidence together. Tie or no?
The player controls the ball, breaks the plane in the end zone. Therefore, it is a score.
So the game's tied at 22. There are 2 timeouts left for New Orleans. Reggie Bush is in the locker room getting his right leg x-rayed. But a great drive by the 49ers, who had so many opportunities all night, and finally get even.
Let's not get too excited. We have 1:19 left. You have Drew Brees with 2 timeouts left, and they do have a long-range field goal kicker in Hartley.
And the wind's at their back.
Yes. I agree. A tremendous drive by the 49ers. Important that they get a great coverage down from their special teams here. Courtney Roby is back deep. He is dangerous. What a ball game.
Boy, sometimes you just watch a quarterback grow up. Alex Smith, what a drive. What a drive.
He was terrific on that drive, Ron. You're exactly right. His kickoff will come into the wind. Nedney's a very good kicker. 15 years in the league. 6 kicking here in San Francisco. Roby brought one back last year against St. Louis. He takes this one from the 2. Roby's got a seam. Oh, great play to stop him at the 30-yard line. What a tackle.
Alex Smith. You talk about a guy grown up right in front of your eyes. You see the throw right there. You got to make plays in this situation. You can't take a sack. You got to see the field. You got to understand the situation. Take the running opportunities when they present themselves. And then I love the play call here. That inside trap and then this two-point conversion. Look at this stick throw. Tight window. He gets it in. Alex Smith, what a job.
You see the numbers there. Give credit to Navarro Bowman, outstanding tackle. Niners had 12 guys on the field. Get the 12th off in time. Breeze throws to Pierre Thomas, working the sideline, stumbles to the 38-yard line.
49ers come with their blitz, corner blitz. Breeze never saw it, but he has that feel. And now you're seeing the surgeon, Drew Brees, in really a situation that separates him in this league.
About 30 yards away from a field goal attempt here. Thomas working underneath. He's at midfield. He's in Niners territory at the 48. Spinning clock stopped at 43 as New Orleans uses one of its 2 remaining timeouts.
I'm amazed tonight at the way Drew Brees has leaned on his backs. I don't know how many receptions the backs have tonight, but Colston, Henderson, Meacham, Lance Moore have been very quiet against this coverage scheme that the 49ers have played. Drew Brees, 2 easy checkdowns right there. The 49ers might have to tighten up, Jaws.
Well, you see the difference, too, the loss of Reggie Bush. Nothing against Pierre Thomas, but boy, I tell you, when you get Reggie Bush the ball in space, he makes people miss.
They're only about 10 yards from the range where Hartley made his longest field goal in pregame warm-up, but the wind has changed a little bit since then. Stronger, but it's at his back. That red line is where Hartley needs to get to for a 54-yarder. Breeze almost intercepted. Sliding underneath was Reggie Smith. The pass rush came from Ray McDonald. 2nd down.
And Greg Minuski dialed up the pressure. He got after Drew Brees. He wasn't going to sit back there in coverage, and the 40 almost came up with a big play.
You can't just let Brees check it down. That's what we said earlier. Good job by the 49ers coming back with some man-to-man coverage. Don't be surprised if you see more of that right here.
The 3-by-1 set. They love the all-go in this situation and attack the seams. 3 receivers to the top, 1 down below.
Brees looking that way, throwing that way, and it's caught by Colston at the 20-yard line.
You called it, and they have perfect coverage. Nate Clements is in perfect coverage position, and Brees gives him the back shoulder throw.
They're at the 18, keep the clock running with 20 seconds left. Brees will down it. They retain their timeout. 18 seconds left in field goal range. From here, it's 35 yards.
Man coverage. Colston down the seam. He gets rerouted. Golston goes up with him. It's placed perfectly on the back shoulder, and that's what a 6'4" receiver does for you. You called it, Jaws.
Well, when Colston is that number 3 receiver and that 3 wide receiver set, he will run that vertical route, and Brees will look to him. When he lines up out wide at number 1, they like that back shoulder throw. You have to be aware of that. The coverage is there. Colston was on him. Outstanding catch.
15 seconds, 1 timeout left. See how New Orleans plays this. Play clock running down. Brees looking to throw. It's complete. It's Shockey at the 14. He says, hang on, I go find Al River on the referee, and I'll stop it when I want to stop it. We're going to run it down all the way. We're going to run it down to 2 seconds left, so now 1. The clock ran to 0-0 in the stadium. That was an operator error. So Hartley's going to have a chance to kick the game-winning field goal on the final snap of the game.
It's like Drew Brees right there hitting Jeremy Shockey. Let's put the ball on the right hash. We have a right-footed kicker.
Likes to hook the ball a little bit, so you're right. Right hash.
Just a great drive by the Saints.
Now remember, San Francisco cannot ice him with a timeout. They don't have any, so we won't have the game on the side with Mike Singletary standing by the official. Garrett Hartley, who was not the kicker all of last year, took over the kicking duties toward the end of last season and kicked the biggest field goal in Saints history, the 40-yarder in the NFC Championship game in overtime. He's kicked another game-winning overtime field goal in his career. He has this one to win the game. 32 yards. Movement. And a flag. Did the Saints move first?
And Garrett Hartley, during this process, has to think about the wind. We have a new holder here.
Start, number 71, offense, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Remember, Mark Brunell held last year. Thomas Morstead, the punter, is the holder this year. And that 5-yard penalty just made it a little more difficult in this swirling wind here in San Francisco.
Although at this moment, it doesn't seem to be swirling a whole lot when you look at those flags on the goalpost.
From 37 for the win. Slides through. Wow. And the Saints win at the gun. How about that kick? I would swear that was deflected and took the trajectory and was hit so strong it's able to get through, and the Saints go to 2-0.
I thought it was blocked.
Yeah.
Let's get a look. You'll see the hold. Morstead gets it down.
Yeah, the way it's spinning like that, somebody maybe get a little finger on it or two.
Nah, it was just a low kick. He hit, I mean, he knuckleballed that through. He didn't get it clean.
Good enough. Drew Brees on the drive completed passes of 8, 14, and 30. And then the one to Jeremy Shockey at the end for 4 yards to get win number 2. Alex Smith, who ran a great 2-minute drill. They saw the odd trajectory and thought they were going to be in overtime, but it gets through. How? You see that? And Garrett Hartley, who sent them to the Super Bowl, sends the Saints to 2-0. And here's Michelle Tafoya with Drew Brees.
Mike, thanks a lot, Drew. Talk about that last drive and the completions. You had been relying on your back so much, and then you and Colston came up with a huge connection.
Yeah, you know, they mixed it up with zone pressure and just kind of soft zone. So we took the backs, you know, on their checkdowns, and Pierre was able to get some good yards there. And then Marcus came up with the big play, you know, when they singled him, and obviously that got us down close enough to kick a field goal. And can't say enough about Garrett Hartley and that whole kick team just to be able to, you know, stick it through when it counted.
You came into this game very complimentary of the 49ers defense. How did what you saw out there live up to what you expected of them?
They played really well. You know, I'm not sure of the numbers right now as far as third down percentage and that kind of thing, but you know, obviously they kept us out of the end zone on that second to last drive, which would have sealed the game. So you got to take your hat off to them. They played hard. Obviously, their home opener, Monday Night Football. You know, they're a good football team.
2-0. Congratulations, Drew.
Thank you.
And they play Atlanta and Carolina at home the next 2 weeks. The Niners are 0-2 and go to Kansas City and to Atlanta. But through 2 weeks of the NFL season, we got a quarter of the league at 2-0, 8 teams. You have a quarter of the league at 0-2, 8 teams, including the Niners. You have half the league at 1-1. Sports Center coming up next with John Gruden, Ron Jaworski, Michelle Tafoya, our entire ESPN Monday Night Football crew. Mike Tirico, good night from Candlestick. Place that's seen some pretty good games. Add that one to the list. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Saints 25, Niners 22, Packers Bears next Monday night.